Yo, GG's, Dandadas, Hyenas, Scuba Dives, who learned from Scuba Steve was criminated, y'all. I rock Luther King X. Don't forget the Kennedy doing his Million March right here on YouTube, Dandada. We're building our 2025 pyramids right here, Dandada. God chose you because he knew he could trust you. God's best kept secret, Dandada. And when the elevator, who's elevated? God's elevator. I'll wait till the top. Then we put God first with the access how we did it. God simply word, GG. You know what I'm saying? We're going to stay more weird than ever. We're going to stay coherent on the shadows. You know what I'm saying? We're going to stay logic into it. We got my boy Memphis, the Dada.
Yo.
We got Big Memphis right here, the Dada. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be talking about the Big U situation. We're going to be talking about the Big U situation, the Dada, and how Big U it's manipulated the whole Cali politics scene. A lot of niggas thinking that all Cali niggas is getting down how Big U getting down. All gangbangers is conducting itself how Big U conducted itself, and that's not the logic of it. Or they saying that Brick Baby, all gang members is like Brick Baby. That's not the logic. Some niggas was born into this shit. Some niggas don't even gotta fucking lift a fucking muscle, nigga. They pops, they uncles, they grandpas, all them niggas, nigga, they was solidified, so these niggas could just grow, and be baby gangsters and grow their whole time, They ain't had to be, they're not getting extorted. They're not getting hands put on them by other niggas. They're not fucking, so all that shit, it's far-fetched when you think about it. Everybody said it's different, everybody got a different set. If Big U feels like that's the way he's conducting his set, that's just the way that Big U's conducting his set, you know what I'm saying? More or less, if Nipsey Hussle and Brick Baby is not the same niggas. What's going on with Nipsey Hussle and what's going on with Brick Baby? They both two different. They two different type of niggas. They two different type of situations. What happened with Nipsey? I feel like Nipsey Hussle, he felt like, I bet this is my peoples, this is my gang, I'm gonna support them, so I'm gonna give them money. But the whole time Big U is telling all the older homies, nigga, this nigga gotta pay for protection. So what happens is that he's from that neighborhood, so Nipsey Hussle actually attract attention. So since he's popular and he's a rapper, all the gangsters is fucking with this nigga. So that means when Nipsey Hussle comes around, everybody who's near Big U, they go near Nipsey Hussle. But guess what? One of them is saying, yo, Big U saying that he's extorting you. You know you don't gotta pay Big U for this shit. You this, you that. So Nipsey Hussle come to a conclusion like, yo, what the fuck? I thought I was helping him. I was trying to make this nigga a better activist in the hood. I'm trying to make this person a better person. You know what I'm saying? So he can have different type of settings. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Big U, he's only on that. He did it. Whatever time he did, if he did time, whatever the case may be, that nigga's institutionalized into the game that he's playing, nigga. He's on that extortion shit. So him being institutionalized in his own game, in his own mindset, he felt like he was going to yoke up everybody, and use blood force, and take everything from niggas, And you can't, ain't like you could rap. So how you going to take niggas' greatest moments, You know what I'm saying? And do you feel like Nipsey was getting extorted, Memphis? Like, do you feel like Nipsey's like a mediocre crip nigga?
Nah, some people can say that, but you can't. Nobody really knows the story unless you was in the circle.
I mean, he was fighting, right? He's going against the grain. So him fighting and going against the grain, we can't say that the nigga's pussy, he's actually started to realize like, yo, I'm about to go against the grain, You know what I'm saying? Because if he was pussy, he'll just be pussy. You know what I'm saying? He'll be like a Ray J, still claiming, you know what I'm saying, claiming his saying, just running off with the situation. But he was staying down, he's putting work in the community. You know what I'm saying? He was putting footwork down, That's a motherfucking fact, So why you think Big U was hating on Nipsey Hussle, And would you allow a nigga like Big U, to control your set, or the way you living?
Hell no. I'm a man at the end of the day. Before I got down with a gang, I was by myself.
That's a fact. And niggas gotta have some type of situations to at least be some type of dignity and integrity, not to stand up like a man, but other niggas trying to bully you and extort you or make you feel any type of bitch. You know what I'm saying? Any type of way, niggas gonna have to stand up.
Like right now, I'm active but not active. But at the end of the day, I'm still a crip. I became a Crip.
What that means that you grew that you don't got it that you feel like you like you grew so you got unactive to do more positivity.
I'm active with positivity.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. But you're not. All right. But you just all right. Bet. So you're more positive. You're not doing the little kid shit. You're not doing what
I'm
other
not.
people.
Every bloods we see, or every opposite gang, or niggas that we don't like, niggas ain't hopping out no cars, no sticks, or nothing like that, trying to get niggas. Nah, they ain't even. Right now, my city is so tied up with the feds right now. Niggas ain't trying to be doing none of that shit. Niggas is trying to be dads and shit.
All right, so how you think a nigga that's my 60-year-old leader, Crip leader, like a Big U leader, that happened to use the same situation. If you want, you can put your phone like that. It shows the same situation that he was looking for the ops. You know the ops, like he was telling the ops to extort shit and shit like that, right? So him telling the ops to extort shit, and he using the same tactics on his friends. Do you think like what type of person is Big U? Like this is what we do to outsiders. But since ain't no outside, since he can't do it to no, he couldn't do it to YG. He can't do it to these other outside. He couldn't do it to Draco the Ruler. He couldn't do it to these other niggas. So if he can't do it to them, let's do it to our inner circle. What type like?
Come on now, before all these other rappers, you got to think about just like you was just mentioning. You got Too Short, E40. You got Draco the Ruler, nigga. You got all these other Crip niggas that niggas didn't even fucking fuck with, my nigga. Why niggas want to start mentioning niggas' names now? Big U just Big U. He's the Diddy of California.
Hold on. What it do?
What's good, Friday? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. What you were saying? What you were saying, Memphis? Though that they wasn't mentioning Big U's name like that.
Huh?
Who this is?
That's Memphis right there. That's Friday right there. That's Friday. That's Memphis.
Wait, Memphis. Why I call you Memphis, bro?
That's where I'm born and raised. That's how I was born and raised.
Memphis. All right, Alabama. He's in Alabama.
Well, he in Tennessee. You from Memphis, Tennessee?
Yeah, Shelby County.
Oh, hell no. You ain't too far.
I ain't out there right now. I ain't there now. I'm in a whole different state right now.
Boy, I mean, be like you. I need to fly out to Cuba for a couple of months.
Anyway,
bro, I'm just saying, I'm gonna fly out to Cuba.
That's a fact. Nah, but what you were saying, Memphis, that what niggas wasn't looking at Big U in what limelight?
Huh?
Niggas wasn't looking at Big U in one limelight. How was it niggas looking at Big U like?
Like you gotta think about it. You got why all of a sudden out of all these years, you got all the rest of the rappers that came out of California. You can't forget about E40, Too Short, Snoop Dogg. How come Snoop Dogg didn't even come up? He rolling 60s.
Everybody knows Snoop Dogg rolling 60. He's always
he's not on the 60.
Well, he's still rolling. He's still part of the card.
He's Long Beach. Snoop Dogg's Long Beach, and I don't think Snoop Dogg fucks with Big U. Does Snoop Dogg fuck with Big U?
Huh?
That's a whole different set, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you, nigga.
Big U. No. This nigga, yeah, you're right. I think he's 20s or something like that. But either way, he's still in the neighborhood card.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, what you trying to say? That everybody's not respecting Big U?
Everybody don't respect Big U. Hell no. Everybody, you gotta think about it. Everybody's not gonna respect Big U. The niggas that scared of Big U, yeah.
Yeah. I feel it. That's my boy Friday right there, though. That's my nigga Friday. Well, they say that Big U been taking heads off since he started in the game. But like he was over here picking.
No. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, Big U always been punishing niggas. Yeah, of course. Yeah, jail, all that, getting his fades in. Yeah, of course.
But
I don't think he ever dug down no fade. I don't think so.
But that's the difference between Cali niggas. The Cali niggas, just because he's around beating everybody ass, he wouldn't be able to do that shit over here. What's up?
Huh?
All right. I bet. I said that's the difference with over there, Cali, because Big U been over there punishing niggas, beating niggas asses, this whole time, he feels like he's so tough, he's so powerful because he been dealing with niggas who he actually been beating their asses and shit like that. Just like he said that he said that he'll bully a killer. He claimed that he'll bully a killer, because he'll get him, nigga. And he'll catch the nigga while the nigga is he said either on drugs or on this or on that. Stop bullying the nigga, make them feel like they ain't and put them in their place, like what the fuck, nigga? A person who actually already conducted himself in that manner, you gonna let a nigga put you in your place by hands on, like, you know what I'm saying? Even after the fact, you gonna feel like people who's doing that, somebody would have picked this nigga off. But like I said, there's niggas in different sets. I said that shit would have never been allowed. Big U would have been gone, everybody would have fucking put a bullet in them. Well, that's what they said, You know what I'm saying? Niggas from the Watts said that shit, A lot of niggas were saying that shit. Like, that shit was only happening with Big U. That shit's happening over there, That shit ain't really happening over here. That shit ain't happening. That shit ain't happening on every block, with everybody.
That's just not happening with the Who. It's not happening with the Greats. It's not happening with the Avalons. It's not happening with the Santana block. None of the other Crip sets. No, it's just that the Rolling 60 neighborhood card, that general area, I guess.
They respect it. Niggas respect each other, Everybody ain't disrespecting and strong in their own set and fucking and picking off their own set and shit like that. That shit comes with envy and greed, That's what that shit come from. That shit come from niggas being greedy, envying this nigga, cause every time Nipsey Hussle comes around, he feels like he beat up. He got into more squabbles than Nipsey Hussle, So he got into more squabbles. He feels like, why the fuck are y'all getting up, nigga, going over there with Nipsey? Nigga, Nipsey's cool, nigga. He's rapping, nigga. This 2025. This ain't the fucking 80s, that you only get notarized for squabbles, This nigga, is doing good, He's getting notarized for positivities, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we're gonna see what happened with the Sandman situation and the Nipsey Hussle situation, GG.
Born in the middle, see bones in the ground, people getting seats. Sometimes I want to get away from this madness. Even
Sandman Negus coming at you. Got next. No, you got now. Watch you. Here he comes.
Something back home, same place I'm from, we got the same ethnicity. Oh yeah. Tell us about that. Yeah. We descend from East Africa. That's where our family come from.
Big U supposedly killing his own artist or people he was managing is starting to become less of a rumor and more of a no-brainer.
I bet. So did you hear about the Rayshawn Williams kid?
I think so.
Alright, so Big U flew out an artist, but this artist was living with him, which was his the football player, which was his son. His son's a football player, and that was his son's best friend. So boom, they bring him to Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada. When they bring him to Las Vegas, Nevada, something happened that homie wasn't in the studio. So homie was in the studio, or they said that he came up with a diss track for Big U. So either he came up with a diss track or something happened. So Big U got so fierce that this nigga drove from wherever the fuck he lives, all the way to all the way to Nevada. So when he went to Nevada, he grabs homie leaves with Big U, and then they find homie in the desert, dead. Yeah, Big U comes back, tells the producer, give him all the videotape and shit like that, So he comes, he says, give him all the videotape, He was drenched in sweat and shit like that, And the mom's like, yo, what the fuck? And the kid been living with Big U for like 2-3 months, So this nigga let his anger get the best of him, Went to the studio, body his son's friend, for words, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? And And this is a person that's supposed to be a fucking community leader, the this is a person that you're supposed to be looking up to, the this is a person that they say that this thing is doing community work. But more or less, I feel like maybe that was a Big U's job. Maybe that was Nipsey Hussle's job. You know what I'm saying? But Big U was looking at Nipsey Hussle and he seen that he was getting all the love. And every time people say, "Oh yeah, now we love Nipsey Hussle because he be doing community work. He be doing that." That's not the only reason niggas love Nipsey Hussle, That's just a reason. Like niggas say they love Crib Mac. Oh, why they love Crib Mac? Crib Mac be doing community work. He be talking about suicidal shit. They be doing this. Nah, they just love Crib Mac too, but because of his personality, for who he is, for more than just that, how he talks, being so straightforward, So more or less, niggas love Nipsey Hussle for more than the community work, But when they do bring up Nipsey Hussle name, it's a lot of positivity with it. So you thinking that you was going to get all that positivity and you just automatically become Nipsey Hussle. And it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't dress yourself to be a person, So now you got mad fake love. You're feeling sort of way, Homie makes a diss song. He reminds you that Nipsey Hussle did it, And he's like, yo, I got to put this nigga in his place because niggas ain't respecting me, You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas, after Nipsey died, a lot of niggas probably started respecting Nipsey Hussle, Nipsey Hussle was going against the grain. So when Nipsey was alive, a lot of niggas was disrespecting Big U. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this nigga over here trying to manage shit. He don't know shit about shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why the fuck would I let this nigga manage me, nigga? He didn't write in my rhymes, nigga. I'm in the closet. I did this shit with Black Sam, What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of shit's going on, to the bully situation. So that's what I'm saying. For niggas, for Big U to even last that long, I mean, niggas gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, give him a little, you know what I'm saying? At least give him some type of acknowledgement. But at the end of the day, that shit would have never went on to other places, And just because it's happening, like I'm gonna say it again, just because it's happening on that block, in California, don't mean that shit's happening on every block. Big U somewhere on different and on a different block would have been knocked off, That's what I heard, from some real G's, They say, yo, nigga, Big U would have never been fucking doing no shit like that, over here, we would have never allowed that nigga to be there. But if he's extorting Brick Baby and Brick Baby's paying him, so be it. Brick Baby chose to pay him. I'm saying that's what Brick Baby chose to do. That's not what everybody. That's not what Big U. That's not what Big U fucking. That's not what Big U. That's not what Big. If Big U asks you for your close mouth don't get fed. So if Big U asking Brick Baby for his money and Brick Baby hand it to him, hey, what the fuck can we say? Yo, this nigga hand you the money.
You gotta think about it too. A lot of niggas pay to get down, nigga. Niggas ain't ready to get in that circle to get beat up by young niggas and shit like that. So they'll pay money just to get down, pay to get rank and shit, bro. No bullshit. They gotta pay a monthly due just to keep that rank or that status, nigga.
Oh, so you say that maybe Nipsey Hussle was paying the $20,000 monthly, and he said he don't want to pay no more. But that was
I'm not saying Nipsey Hussle paid his way like he's supposed to. I'm just saying like there's other Grade 60 Crip niggas that's famous, nigga, that's claiming this shit, nigga, that done paid their way through. Niggas didn't get in that no circle and get jumped, nigga.
Yeah. Brick Baby. You say that Brick Baby. Brick Baby's one of the niggas that they trying to say that he was paying to be a Crip member, You see, everybody don't get treated like, so when niggas look at Brick Baby, they look like, yo, what the fuck? This is a part of gang life? But more or less, it's not really a part of gang. It's not really actually a part of gang life, More or less, Big U, Brick Baby is paying for stripes. So if Big Baby is paying for stripes, and that means that he's getting extorted. So if he's paying this person,
even still, you can't say Brick Baby's paying for that shit either, because if they saying that he did that shit with Lil Durk, nigga, how the fuck did he get that rank to even call that hit?
Nigga, he didn't do that shit with Lil Durk, but this is what happened, on wiretap, this is what it is. They said that even the feds said it. The feds said that he's what's that shit called? Something Crip member. Like he's not really a Crip member. He's paying to be a Crip member because they heard Big U saying, yo, this nigga gonna have to pay up. So Big Baby hit a lick, right? And somebody called Big U. Big U's phone was tapped. And they said, yo, Brick Baby just hit a lick. He said, yo, he's gonna have to come over here and give me half of the money. So Brick Baby went over there and paid him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, niggas ain't getting no money.
And who knows what else they heard on that wiretap when Big U's over there talking like, he probably say, oh yeah, he's fucking his baby mama, he's doing this, he's doing that. And the way that Brick Baby's talking, he just, you know what I'm saying? So Brick Baby's getting, what I'm trying to say is Big Baby getting paid differently than Dada. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Big Baby, yeah, he getting played differently, not paid, played differently. And if you get played like a bitch, are you a bitch? Can he be a bitch? Or he could be a sucker? You know what I'm saying? Or he could be a righteous too. But it is what it is. It is what it is. He's paying. So more or less he's paying to be a Crip member. But what I'm trying to tell you that everybody ain't really on that time in the Dada. Like everybody, some niggas uncles was Crips, some niggas grandpas was Crips, some niggas.
Shout out Khaled, bro.
That's a fire. Niggas is born into this. Some niggas is born to this. So I'm saying, so Brick Baby probably wasn't born into it. But I heard Brick Baby's mom was a brick lady, and that's how he became Brick Baby. The Brick Baby mom was a brick lady. She actually was thugging. Who knows?
A lot of people. One of the reasons he's reportedly locked up right now is because he allegedly killed his own artist, Rayshawn Williams, just for dissing him. And now Nipsey Hussle's name is being dragged deeper into the mix too.
They do say that part of the investigation involves the murder of another young rapper back in Las Vegas. That the murder was over, are you ready for this? A diss. That he had written something in a song supposedly talking bad about Big U, and that is why he ended up getting murdered.
But now, another name is starting to come up. Sandman Negus. Word is Big U and his ROLLIN 60s crew might have had something to do with his death too. Before Nipsey got his full backing from Big U and the unique music entertainment label, Sandman was actually the first artist Big U was developing.
Sandman Negus coming at you. Got next. No, he got now. Watch you. Here he comes.
He had real talent and was starting to gain buzz for his music. But just as things were picking up for him, it all came to a sudden and tragic end. Let's get into it. Sadr Fasehaya, better known as Sandman Negus, was born on January 12, 1986. In Bulgaria. Even though Sandman was Eritrean, the war between Ethiopia and Eritrea forced his family to bounce around different countries in Africa, which is how he ended up being born in Bulgaria. Because of the war and government corruption, his family wasn't able to get a birth certificate for him, and not long after he was born, they had to flee again, this time to Sudan. In 1993, when Sandman was about 7 years old, the Fasehaya family moved to the US looking for a better future and eventually settled in Los Angeles. That's where Sandman started second grade at Hyde Park Elementary and began his life in the heart of the ROLLIN 60s territory, on 10th Avenue in Hyde Park to be exact. By the late 90s, young Sandman was already making a name for himself in the neighborhood, contributing to the 60s clique that controlled his block. One day, he was riding his bike around the area, keeping watch after a 60s member had been killed the night before. There was a vigil going on at the corner when he spotted a random guy parked in a red car a few houses down from where he lived. Sandman rolled up and asked, "What up, cuz?" The guy responded by throwing up the 5, a sign linked to a rival set. That was all Sandman needed to see. He busted a U-turn, sped off to the liquor store, and alerted the homies. Not long after, 2 cars full of ROLLIN 60s pulled up and boxed the guy in. 2 choppers came up over the roofs, while others swarmed the car. The guy didn't even have his keys to try and escape. He had to explain himself while staring down the barrel of a Tech 9. After some back and forth, they let him go, but just barely. Then in 1997, tragedy hit. Sandman's oldest brother was killed in gang violence, and it hit him hard. His brother had always been someone he looked up to, and losing him changed everything. That's when he really started rapping, pouring his pain into lyrics. From that moment on, Sandman the Kid faded, and Sandman Negus was born.
I started doing my own, you feel me? So I started doing shows and doing my own music and putting it out myself, you feel me?
Early on, he was heavily influenced by rappers like Tupac and Nas. He spent a lot of time getting into his creative side, writing music, sketching, painting, drawing.
One thing about it, Dada, when it comes down to that, I'm starting to realize, Dada, when Big U's doing business, Dada, right? And he's conducting business, Dada, he can't just be deleting these artists, Dada, because what you get after you delete the artist, Dada, like even the Sandman dude, he was on the way up, Dada. What happens, Dada, after he passes away, Dada, like over business? You know what I'm saying? And business is business, nigga. Niggas could choose to fuck with you or not fuck with you. It's like Yo Gotti and Young Dolph. Young Dolph don't gotta conduct business with Yo Gotti, and Yo Gotti don't gotta feel like just because Young Dolph ain't making money with him, that's dick riding. That's like it's like yo, you dick riding this nigga. You want this nigga to make money with you, nigga. You want this nigga to be your artist, nigga. If he don't want to, you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't have to choose that, but you so concerned about being clouded up, that's the only thing that makes this nigga a person, being around a person and having an artist. You know what I'm saying? Niggas want to be Shook Knight so bad. Niggas want to be fucking nigga, what the fuck? You the team, you Shook Knight, Shook Knight, yeah, probably was doing the same shit you was doing, but he wasn't doing it the same way you was doing it, He was helping motherfuckers go get they masters back. And then maybe he was doing some Grammy shit, but you know what I'm saying? They chose Shook Knight to go help get they masters back, You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Even though he was raised in a strict household with a no-nonsense father, that pressure only made him more rebellious as he got older. During his teen years, he worked at his family's gas station on Florence and Crenshaw. In 2005, his talent started getting noticed. He got picked up by Yahoo and Pepsi to represent the West Coast in a segment called Mick Pass. Around that time, he was being managed by Big U.
He's in the hood, born in the Middle East, where you see bones in the ground, people getting
Also, Sandman's family and Nipsey's family were close. In fact, their parents knew each other well, so Sandman and Nipsey had known each other since they were kids.
Sandman, we bros on many levels. Cut from Turk, they come from back home, same place I'm from, got the same ethnicity. Oh yeah, tell them about that. Yeah, nah, you know, we descend from East Africa, that's where our family comes.
But life in the streets was still pulling at him. At 19, Sandman was arrested for a robbery he didn't commit. He was later found not guilty. Still, the experience pushed him deeper into the street life, and by 20, he found himself locked up again. When he got out, though, he started taking steps to change his path and slowly began turning his life around. But before long, things took a dark turn. One night after leaving the studio and dropping a friend off, Sandman was ambushed in traffic. He was shot through the front windshield of his car, hit 9 times in total. Bullets tore through his colon, liver, both lungs, his shoulders, neck, and more. Somehow he survived, though he was in a coma for 26 days and had to go through 8 surgeries just to recover.
I'm all about my money, that bread, that guap, I'm rapping what I have.
Despite the trauma, Sandman bounced back and poured all his focus into music. He and Nipsey would talk strategy, figuring out how to grow his name and push his mixtapes. He started building a real buzz in South LA's underground scene. But sadly, that momentum was cut short. On September 27, 2012, just 4 years after the first shooting, Sandman was killed at the age of 26 on the 4300 block of Crenshaw Boulevard, not far from Big U's studio. After his death, a lot of speculation started flying around about who...
Yo, it's crazy, right? When you gangbanging, right? And you join a set, for protection, and that same set, backdooring you. That same set's gonna backdoor you, nigga. Ain't that crazy? Niggas is actually catching more bodies of ROLLIN 60 members that they catching up blood members that they catching up these niggas that they killing their own off, nigga.
Nigga, when I first ever got down, nigga, the number one thing was nigga Crips kill Crips.
What do that mean?
Like your number one enemy is your own.
Why?
Nigga, that's just been in history. It's always been in history. Why you think certain Crip sets have beef with each other? If that wasn't the case, nigga, every Crip should be cool.
But everybody, yeah, but of course, because every person got it's personal issues. It's internal when it's personal issues. But do you think it's a manipulative way for them when you join the crew? They be like, yo, Crips kill Crips. For you to be for you to have that mindset, for you just in case someone does some betrayal shit or some disloyal shit, you could actually go through and knock them off or some shit. Or no, because you're supposed to
disloyal shit, yeah.
So you think it's a manipulative thing just to set you right? Like, yo, you gonna have to 60s ain't a 60 until you kill a 60. You ain't a 60 till you kill a 60.
That's the truth.
So that's true.
That's real true. That's really, really true.
Damn, Different. And then these niggas supposed to. And all right, so when you was joining up, what did you feel? Was you feeling like you was joining a safe environment? So niggas, so you was feeling more protected when you was with your brothers, nigga? Did you feel more protected, or what was it?
I got down with a gang, and either way I got down with a gang, I was always by myself. Like, I go hang, like, certain niggas I fuck with, I go hang with them, but nigga, there's certain niggas I don't fuck with that's in my cipher. You know what I mean? And plus my cipher's like, we all split up. Niggas is like all like in our 30s and shit. Niggas is working and shit. You gotta think about it too. On the East Coast, gang banging is kind of a little different because, nigga, it's not like California. Everybody's cramped up in California. You can't even go literally a street over and not be in your enemy's territory.
But it's the same shit though. It's kind of like the same. So you join a brotherhood that you don't like certain people in that brotherhood. Why would you join that brotherhood? Why would you join a brotherhood? Sometimes
it's not like I just soon as before I got down, I didn't like them. This is over past history and shit.
Oh,
you know what I mean? That's how shit really happens. Because, you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I got down with the gang and I hate this nigga and I still got down with the Nah. I got down with a gang nigga and niggas was doing backdoor shit. I know who was doing the shit, so I like, nah, let me stay out that cipher. I mean, every gang got multiple different ciphers. You know what I mean? Because it comes from the big dudes. You got the big homies, the big OGs, then you got the little homies, the little homies.
yeah.
You know what I mean? There's mad different ciphers when it comes to gang shit. Then you got the new generation. They doing shit different. Want to take out the older niggas. You know what I mean? It's mad disrespectful shit that comes in between the gang shit. It's power, politics, and money, and sex money.
But you saying the little niggas want to take out the bigger niggas, but the bigger niggas you can't let boom. It's like the bigger niggas been taking out little niggas forever. So now they fighting back. They're like, yo, fuck that. We ain't gonna let these niggas fucking body the little niggas. You know what I'm saying? So them niggas is fighting. They fighting back, and some of them
you got your loyal. You got every gang has their loyalty niggas, and then you got your disloyalty niggas, but still show loyalty to the gang.
Yeah. So you saying that niggas is just around for numbers wise? That is over that they let niggas be around
numbers, image, impression.
All right. So would you allow a nigga like Big U to handle you like he was handling them?
Before I let a man handle me like that, he gotta take me out, or I'm gonna take him out.
I mean that it can happen if that's what you want. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. And that's it. You want that's your mindset. Your mindset is that he gotta take you out. Then he's gonna take you out. I mean, that's what's going on. He's taking niggas.
I just left my baby mother because I thought she felt like she was bitching me, bro. So I ain't letting no nigga bitch me.
We ain't gonna go into that. We ain't gonna get into that type of. We ain't gonna get into that type of conversation. That's a wild conversation, nigga. What you just said, nigga. You want me to elaborate on that? I don't even know the data. I know you know because there's mad mind niggas that this the same shit and them niggas left they fucking BM because they was telling because they was bitching and them and shit like that. That's just some soft shit.
What's some soft shit?
That's soft.
Soft,
it's soft not to be able to take criticism. It's not for your girls. Are supposed.
I have no problem. Listen, no problem with criticism. But if you're telling me I'm not a man because I don't got a job, and you know the reason why I don't have a
job, I ain't telling you to do it out here, the data. I ain't tell you. But go ahead, the data. All right, but that's how look at girls is there to make you stronger, the data. You know what I'm saying? So boom, if you
at the end of the day, ain't no female gonna disrespect me. At the end of the day, I'm a man, bro.
I know that I look at what you know my people's the data. So you know one of my niggas the data. So one of my niggas the data, his baby mom the data is coming at him because he's in the crib, but he comes from being outside the data. So now he's in the crib the data, and now that he's in the crib and she's over here fucking, he got kids the data. He couldn't take that. She was telling him certain shit, the data, in front of his kid, the data. The kid's like 1 or 2 or 3. Then he had another kid with her, so she's 2. So he got 2 kids with her. So he couldn't take that shit, so he just leaves, nigga. I told the nigga, yo, the data, that's pussy shit, the data. I know niggas don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? But he understood it.
Hey, listen. You got your own opinion on shit, bro. So
No. Because you gotta be a strong person. But maybe that person not for you. I don't know who's the person that I don't know what type of dialogue you're having. Some people is just out of control. So I don't know. But if it's a simple stuff, you're gonna have to be a strong person. You can't be a weak person, nigga. Weak niggas won't be able to.
Listen. I'm a very strong person. I done battle a lot of.
So if you loved her, you would have made her right. You're like, yo, you're not actually being right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna make you right, because you're weak too. The way you're thinking, you're weak. So I'm gonna make you right. But if you don't want to do all that, is maybe because you probably don't love the bitch. I mean, or the girl, or you know what I'm saying? No disrespect.
I mean, certain there's a draw line, a push line. How many lines niggas want to say, or how many niggas want to say, nigga? There's enough when there's enough. You feel me?
Yeah. Because you don't want to take it no more.
Yeah.
It comes to the point that it's draining. It's draining.
Yeah.
It's draining. All right, bet.
Especially if I'm that type of person, like, I know what I'll do to a person if they keep forcing a situation, and I'm telling you, I'm being a nice person and telling you, yo, just chill, just relax. And you just like, you know how a nigga antagonize a dog and knowing that the dog will bite you, but you just that type of person that want to keep fucking with the dog until you get bit.
Yeah, but Shorty is emotional creatures. I'm not emotional, so I don't listen to no female. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not emotional either, but if I'm sitting somewhere quiet, peacefully, smoking a blunt, and you take your time, stomp down the stairs, come into my peace and quiet, where I'm trying to not pay no mind to you and leave you in your own space, you come all the way down in my space and fuck with me. What did you call that?
A female.
Nah, not every female. Like I'm about to say, not every female is like that, bro. Not every female is like that.
True.
If you're gaming right now and you're streaming right now, your shorty's gonna come up in your space, be like, oh, this, start a whole argument while you're streaming.
I mean, it can get like that, but not.
All right, yeah, I'm not having that. If I'm in my space, I took myself out of your space to put myself in another space, and then you come downstairs to put me back into another space, bro. What the fuck is going on?
I feel it. So what you got? A big U in your shirt? You got a big U nigga coming through, telling you to leave?
Where? My house? Nigga, please, bro. Listen. Listen. I don't want to take nobody out, but if I really have to, I will.
Yeah, you know, for some sort of shit like that though.
For my family.
Your family, nigga. So you're for female? No, nigga. What the fuck? It doesn't. What?
At the end of the day, nigga, I'm taking.
If she chose to fuck someone, nigga, it's her.
Yeah, but listen. Before they love, they have to get these hands.
Yeah, but it don't gotta be that.
They're gonna catch these hands, nigga. Every nigga. You want to sleep with multiple niggas in 1 week? I'll be meeting them at your door as they leave. Catch these hands. You were just in there with my kid, right? Yeah, catch these hands. Don't give a fuck what she was doing. I ain't beating you up because of my female. I'm beating you up because my kid's upstairs.
I feel it. And what happens with the girl? The girl gets it too?
Nah, I'm gonna leave her alone. She's gonna see what I do to that nigga, and she already gonna know.
Yeah. I feel
you shit over here. Nobody know.
I feel like it's not worth it.
It is worth it sometimes. Especially when you put a lot into it.
I can't tell you. I won't be able to tell you what happened, what reaction is due when you happen to see it and reaction is happening. I can't tell you that, but from right now, being like sitting right here, smoking my blood, you know what I'm saying, more better thing is to walk away. You know what I'm saying? But I can't tell you what reaction happened.
Wait. Time out. You said walk away. Did we walk away in the mall?
Well, more. What happened in the mall? Go ahead. We can
What
say.
You mean? What happened in? Huh?
What happened in the mall? Tell us what happened in the mall. Go
We
ahead.
set it off
speak.
on the.
Go ahead.
We set it
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, go ahead. We
We set it off on the police officers.
But so what was happening that whole day? What happened that whole day? It's not just we set it off on police officers. We actually was doing mad shit all day. We was shoveling snow all day. So let's be honest. We was like about 13 years old, 13. I was like 13. I don't know how old you was, but I was about 13 years old, and we're shoveling snow all day, We're shoveling snow. We go to the fucking movies, to watch a movie, No lie. The movie was whack, so we're like, yo, let's get our money back, I'm not gonna fraud on the situation, So yeah, we was lying from the jump. So we told the people, that we had to go because our moms was calling us and shit like that. So you know what I'm saying, to give us our money back, They told the cops that we was trying to get the money back, that they're not giving us our money back. So the cop comes, nigga, and just picks me up, For some odd reason, he just picks me up. Boom, I'm the shortest one there, nigga. I'm the youngest one there. So he picks me up, put me in the fucking, throws me in the fucking, inside the fucking elevator. But when he throws me in the elevator, he kind of holding me. So he walks me in like this, into the elevator. So Memphis is like, yo, let him go. Let him go. That's all I hear. Let him go. So Memphis comes in the elevator with us. And all I see is just him go, shh. Once the elevator doors close, that shit there, doof. Memphis looked like, boom, 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 boom. So you know me, of course, I'm young, nigga. I don't even know what to do, but I gotta do what I gotta do, nigga. So I started wilding out. So we both just started. I ain't gonna say, so we both just started swinging. But you gotta understand, this nigga already grabbed me, and I'm a child, and he's grown, and he already put hands on me and shit like that. So boom, and there's the cameras everywhere. So he grabs me, when he grabs me from my neck, nigga, the cop just throws me out of the fucking other. Oh, I just fly. I don't know what happened with you.
Nigga, what? Niggas had they called backup. They had cops running everywhere. Niggas is in the middle of the food court wrestling with the police.
They was beating your ass, nigga. They was fucking
They was fucking me up, nigga.
You got like 3 cops on you, so boom. So boom, they arrested me. They had me like this, This nigga's brother, rest in peace to this nigga's brother, So rest in peace to this nigga's brother. This nigga's brother picks me up. Leave this nigga over here with 3 cops getting abused. Nigga picks me up. I'm like, yo, J-Ron, like, let me go. Yo, this nigga picks me up, nigga, and try to walk me off the scene, Then he's like, yo, I can't. I'm like, nigga, go to the crib. So nigga,
yeah, what about when we was telling this nigga to go to the house and get the parents, and this nigga ended up getting locked up with us?
Nigga, fuck that shit. Imagine when we was going down the elevators, the escalators, nigga, all the white people was looking at us. I felt like a fucking movie star, nigga. I was like, yo, there's mad niggas looking at us, nigga. But what we were saying? I was like, yo,
fuck the police, nigga.
Yeah, crazy shit, but yeah. Good story.
What, 2 days later, that cop got killed, right?
Huh?
2 days later, I think the cop got killed.
Oh, yeah. No. Don't try to play it like that. Don't ever say no shit like that on my platform, nigga. Be honest, nigga. So, yeah, so boom, they're like 2 days, a week later, we go to a fucking party, nigga. So it's me, this nigga, my brother, and somebody else. We go to a party, nigga. So we go to a party. Look, the party was whack, nigga. So we leave the party because the party was whack. So we're like, yo, let's just bounce, nigga. For some odd reason, we leave early, nigga. We're walking towards we're driving towards the crib, nigga, but we stop in front of the police station. When we go in front of the police station, man, cars just swarm us, nigga. That's all about. I never seen no shit, nigga. We was stuck, nigga. Mad cars just came. Woo. We're like, what the fuck? They're grabbing shotguns and shit, but running past the car. So we're like, what the fuck is going on, nigga? These cops is running past us, nigga. It was crazy, nigga. So they were running into the building. The next day that happens to come around, we find out that the cop happened to get shot or something like that, or something happened to happen in there.
Nigga jumped out the window.
He jumped out the window, hopped in the cab or some shit like that. But we was in front of the fucking police station on our way home, and that shit there, whoa. That shit was crazy, bro. That shit was crazy. I think, what's his name? The DiCaprio. Yeah, what a fucking coincidence, nigga. That day was crazy, nigga. We stood there, we had to stay there the whole time. We went up top, we had to cut we had to wait till all the cops reverse style and shit like that. And let the cops nigga, we was actually stuck in the middle of that shit. That shit was crazy. That was a crazy situation.
Niggas was young too.
Yeah, fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. And then our dumbasses. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. We was kids. We was kids. That was different. That was different. All right, let's see what's going on, Dada, because you know what I'm saying, we gotta watch it, Dada. So just because, Big U happened to, they say Big U happened to allegedly, Dada, get rid of Sandman, which is Nipsey Hussle's friend, Fats, which is Nipsey Hussle best friend, Dada, and he knocked him out. He dropped him, Dada. He knocked him out, Dada. Nipsey Hussle, which is his artist, you know what I'm saying, and Rayshawn Williams, which is a nigga who's still with him, Dada. So they saying, Dada, that Black Sam, Dada, better watch it because Black Sam might be next, Dada. Allegedly, that Black Sam might be next, Dada. Who knows what's going on, Dada? You know what I'm saying? So let's hear a little bit.
I'm gonna keep it 100. Me and his brother wasn't cool. Me and his brother wasn't the best of friends. You gotta understand, like I'm gonna have friends that my mama ain't gonna like. I'm gonna have friends that my brother's not gonna like.
Demonstrate for hustle. This is what I'm telling you. Don't come over here trying to. Guess what? Go do something and come back. Don't get cracking and come back. That's what I said, bro.
The way Black Sam conducted himself that day kind of reminded us of what Nipsey was doing on the day that he died.
Because that would have been the wrong person. Something definitely would have happened. And what was crazy about it, Sam was going to be there for a while.
Do you feel like it's wrong for the niggas to be saying that shit, Dada? Go get cracking and come back, Dada? Because niggas is over there fucking with the ops, talking to the ops. So he's like, no.
Hell no. Because you gotta think about it. Nigga, there's so many 60s, so many gang members that's gone. Like, niggas that's older now ain't trying to ride out. Niggas, all the young niggas that ride.
Yeah. So he's telling him, go get cracking, nigga. You over there talking to the ops, nigga. Like, go do something, nigga, and then come back, nigga. But is that like, what is that called right there? That ain't called shit, Dada. Let's just call like respect, nigga. Like, go do something and then come over here, Dada.
Nah, because you gotta think about it. Black Sam was doing something peaceful in the name for his brother, continuing his brother's legacy. Niggas came to the function trying to start shit. So respectfully, he's saying, you trying to start shit here, but nobody wanted to start shit when my brother died.
Yeah. Facts. But and you letting people come on your platform and disrespect my brother, nigga. So go do something, nigga, for all the people you've been talking to and disrespecting my brother on the data. You know what I'm saying? So boom. Yeah. Now, yo, we gotta tell the soda situation too. The soda situation. That shit was funny.
So a dude actually had time to leave, prep, set up, mount up.
Black Sam has always been the type to stand on business and never fold, even in the face of the ROLLIN 60s or their boss Big U. But that unwavering stance might have landed him squarely on their radar. See, even though Big U is currently locked up, that doesn't mean the streets are any safer. He's been accused of several serious—
Hey, on some real shit, Dada. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You can't fucking hate on this nigga for grieving, nigga. That's his fucking brother, Dada. This nigga got something to do with it, or niggas is pointing fingers at Big U, nigga. Big U just think that he could be out there, nigga, playing out there, Dada, and doing all that shit, or a bad situation, nigga. Somebody's gonna have the nuts, nigga, that they gonna drag they balls, nigga, pause, nigga, and they gonna fucking, and they gonna let him hang, Dada, right on this nigga, Dada, because that's just what it is, Gigi. This nigga, Dada, he feels like he's a stop sign, like everybody, just because he's a stop sign, everybody's supposed to stop on his demand, because he's a stop sign. Nah, nigga, some niggas just go right through that stop sign, nigga. Niggas ain't worried about it being a stop sign there, you gotta understand that type of logic, His brother died, that's his fucking brother, and people is pointing fingers at this man, y'all lucky this nigga, is being positive and he ain't fucking actually masking up, and doing some malice, you know what I'm saying? But you can't clean dirt with dirt, but is it right for him to feel sort of way, Dada? What you feel?
Yeah, right. That's like
Right.
niggas doing that shit to my brother. My brother had all that shit.
Facts. And that was your brother, what would happen if they were if situation Big U, if Big U?
Listen. I'm going just like this. I'm shutting down all my stores, moving my family out of California. I'm going black. I'm going ghost. Niggas that really fuck with me better be on the same time as I'm on. When I say I'm sliding, niggas better be in all black, switchies, all that. No bullshit. Niggas that really love me, they better be ready.
All right, so more or less, the daughter, I commend Black Sam, the daughter. He did it the right way, the daughter. He don't say evils or eventually kill evil. So sometimes, the daughter, you gotta do it the right way. You can't clean dirt with dirt, the daughter, or the time, the daughter. So we gonna stay more righteous, GG. And I ain't saying your way. I ain't saying the way that you're doing it wrong, but I ain't saying the way that he did it was wrong either. Because at the end of the day, look at it. It appeared not to be the daughter. Evil will eventually kill evil, the daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Serious crimes, including murder. One case is the killing of his own artist, Rayshawn, reportedly over a diss. And then there's the long-standing rumor that he was involved in Nipsey Hussle's death.
They do say that part of the investigation involves the murder of another young rapper back in Las Vegas. That the murder was over, are you ready for this? A diss. That he had written something in a song supposedly talking bad about Big U, and that is why he ended up getting murdered.
If Big U is capable of doing that to his own people, what do you think he might do to those who've been speaking out or exposing him? The very ones who might have helped bring him down. It's not far-fetched to think the ROLLIN 60s could be getting ready to unleash some chaos on anyone they see as a threat. And high up on that list is probably Black Sam. He's been consistently standing up against Big U and his circle. Truth is, Black Sam doesn't mess with Big U at all. And even Big U himself admitted that.
I'm gonna keep it 100. Me and his brother wasn't cool. Me and his brother wasn't the best of friends. You gotta understand, like I'm gonna have friends that my mama ain't gonna like. I'm gonna have friends that my brother's not gonna like.
Even during that short-lived peace between Nipsey and Big U, Sam didn't budge. He made it known he didn't trust Big U, didn't want him around, and always stayed solid for his brother. One major example was when Nipsey.
Every brother don't see or got that. You know what I'm saying? That got that the right senses, the daughter. You know what I'm saying? The spider senses, the daughter. To be like, yo, don't fuck with this nigga. This thing's not good for you, the daughter. You know what I'm saying? He's lying, he's faking, the daughter. But his brother felt that shit, the daughter. And look at the daughter. It's so fucked up that it got to be part of his demise, the daughter. You know what I'm saying? His brother kept on telling him, the and you don't want to, with a situation like that, the you can't say, I told you so, the like, you know what I'm saying? His brother's already gone, but more or less, you just got to ponder on the situation, be like, damn, the and Black Sam got way more pain to think of, the because he had conversations. Who know what kind of conversations these niggas had about Big U and what Big U been doing to them and to their family and what's going on, the you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. You don't want to elaborate?
On that?
Yeah.
No, you covered everything.
Dropped You Don't Got a Clue. As soon as Big U heard the track, he and some of his people allegedly pulled up on Nipsey to confront him. But they didn't just want to check him, they wanted to discipline him. And in street terms, that meant something serious.
Nipsey diss, right? And he was like, hey, cuz, is this something about me? So Nipsey stood up or whatever and was like, yeah.
They supposedly planned to take him away for a DP, disciplinary action. But before things could go any further, Black Sam stepped in. Black Sam stood his ground and told Big U straight up, Nipsey wasn't going anywhere with them. Then there was another incident where Big U confronted Nipsey and it turned into a full-blown fight. According to sources, Big U actually got the upper hand and beat Nipsey down. But before things could go any further, Black Sam ran inside, grabbed a pistol, and fired a warning shot in the air to break things up.
Big U knocked Nipsey out. Black Sam comes out, fires 3-4 shots in the air. He's fresh out the penitentiary. Police hit him right across the street. They see it. They come in, they arrest everybody.
And even after his brother was killed by the very same people, Black Sam hasn't changed his stance one bit. In fact, he seems even more fearless, standing on business.
And no lie, when you think about it, the Nipsey Hussle was such a big figure in Cali, no other fucking, they probably was going to give that proposal to someone else, but they couldn't give that proposal to somebody else, because they don't want that proposal lingering, which is of the unaliving of Nipsey Hussle, So if niggas wanted this nigga dead, guess what they do? They had to do it themselves, and guess what happened? Who killed them? A Rollin 60s member actually killed Nipsey Hussle, Ain't that fucked up, Ain't like he died from another set, or a different set,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
but you gotta think about that. The nigga that killed him too, nigga, he wasn't like official anymore.
Nah, who says that? Who said who? He was.
No, he wasn't, bro.
He was, nigga. That's why they still fuck with him.
Yeah, he was official, but he was like DP'd out, kinda.
Nah, nigga, says who That's what they still saying for him. Big U's the one that says that shit, nigga. Big U ain't DP.
Big U said what? He's official. He's still down.
I ain't gonna say nah. Look at this is what I'm talking. He said that he's not a rat. He said yeah, but the nigga was never a rat.
He did.
So he trying to say that Nipsey Hussle. He's trying to say that the nigga that Nipsey Hussle told this nigga that he's a rat or whatever the case may be. But Big U saying yo, but he was never a rat, so Nipsey Hussle shouldn't have said that. But then he got the dude back. The homie could be right. You know what I'm saying? But no matter what, homie can't be right because Nipsey Hussle got real love. You understand?
Yeah.
So niggas in Rollin 60s that's locked up, still fucking them up, still doing, you know what I'm saying? He gonna have enough love that people that's gonna anybody who's gonna what's that shit called? Like justify the situation. Like be okay with the situation. But you know what I'm saying? Once you get locked up, a lot of people will be, but a lot of people won't be. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna have that shit on his back the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Only because Nipsey Hussle nigga was putting niggas on that was coming home from jail. He had the shop. He was helping people over there. Like he was actually people who come home from jail. They go to him to go get a regular job. Be legitimate and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They fucked up a lot of situations. Like killed nigga. You know?
And protecting Nipsey's legacy at all costs. Nipsey wasn't just his little brother. He was like his other half. Sam always had Nip's back, and Nip always had Sam's. Sadly, on the day Nipsey was killed, Black Sam wasn't there. A heartbreaking video later came out showing Sam trying to save Nipsey's life with his own hands. Ever since then, Sam has stood even stronger, making sure nobody disrespects his brother's name. So seeing Snoop Dogg hanging around Big U has likely made Sam question everything. At this point, it wouldn't be surprising if Black Sam no longer sees Snoop Dogg the same way. Just like he's called out others who disrespected Nip's name, he may now put Snoop in that same category. A perfect example of this happened at the grand opening of Marathon Burger in Los Angeles, a restaurant Black Sam opened to honor Nipsey. That day, he got into a heated argument with West Belvedere Crip rock star 2800. It's not exactly clear what started it.
Like I said, when you fucking with Black Sam, you gotta be a little bit, you gotta take it with a grain of salt, because this dude, he's going through pain, he went through real pain, like, you know what I'm saying? The same people that his brother looked up to, was his demise, It's the same people that his brother, was trying to help, was his demise, The same people that his brother was helping so they could get right was competition to him, If he was competition, if there was competition, his brother would have never helped him, at all. You know what I'm saying? You don't help competition. That's a fact.
But from the video, it seemed like Black Sam made it clear anybody who didn't take action against the people who disrespected Nipsey Hussle wasn't welcome around them anymore. He wasn't entertaining any fake love.
Demonstrate for hustle. This is what I'm telling you. Don't come over here trying to know. Then guess what? Go do something and come back. Don't get cracking and come back. That's what I'm saying.
Come back, nigga.
Rockstar tried to defend himself. Black Sam wasn't having it. He sent him on his way right then and there.
Ain't nobody disrespected, bro, in my prison. I'm talking on the internet. When you see that internet shit is weak, bro.
That's why I'm not trying to bring it up, You see that Carmelo Anthony situation, right? The Carmelo Anthony situation with the kid at the school that he stabbed the white boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the father shows up at the thing. You can't, like, the father's grieving, the father's grieving, you gotta watch him, he's showing up at all the press conferences, you know what I'm saying? The father's grieving, so he's acting out. So Nipsey Hussle, Black Sam right now, he's grieving, so he's saying anything about it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? He got the right. I mean, he's grieving, his mental way all the way there,
When you see it, with my horse, when you see it,
And it didn't stop there. Another person who got pressed by Black Sam was Brick Baby, who to this day remains friends with Eric Holder, the man who shot and killed Nipsey. Black Sam confronted him.
Nipsey Hussle fucked the shit, Brick Baby up, that's why, and that's why Brick Baby, fucks with Shitty so hard, it's like maybe, you know what I'm saying? Who knows allegedly what kind of play they was moving, what motherfuckers knew or didn't know, you know what I'm saying?
About it, making it known that keeping ties with Nipsey's killer wasn't going to slide.
Oh, me and Sam had a disagreement.
I mean, was it because of the thing?
Yeah, that's why I said over the obvious. You know what it was over. Like, basically, it was like, you rocking with him? Like, you rocking with him? I'm rocking with my brother. And we, you know, it really wasn't no words at first. It was all action.
According to Brick Baby, even though he doesn't agree with what Eric Holder did, he still considers him a friend because Holder once saved his life.
And it's like, I'm rocking with him. What you want me to say? Rocking with Cuz. Like, saved my life before. I ain't rocking with him over that what he did.
But in a wild twist of fate, Brick Baby himself is now in custody, alongside Big U. Black Sam has also subtly hinted at the possibility that Big U may have had something to do with his brother's death. One thing Black Sam said during an interview with Big Boy TV out was how there were big politics involved with certain people.
But there was a lot of big politics getting into with certain people.
He even mentioned how Nipsey had brought DJ Khaled to the hood, which turned into a major issue.
And when niggas make the politics, guess what they do? They break the politics. And when niggas make the politics, guess what they do? They bend the politics. And when niggas make the politics, guess what they do? They make more politics. They just gonna start making more politics. Because they feel like they just the niggas who make the law. So they feel like they're God with they are. And you gotta watch niggas. You know what I'm saying? They're real persuasive and real manipulative for the wrong cause. So you gotta watch motherfuckers because a lot of niggas got bad intentions, GG.
They do.
Issue. Nipsey had linked up with DJ Khaled and John Legend for the song Higher and planned to shoot the music video in the 60s. But as the story goes, as soon as Big U heard about it, things took a turn. Allegedly, he sent a gang of ROLLIN 60s members to press Nipsey about it. But Nipsey, being who he was, stood his ground. Black Sam didn't mention Big U by name, but everybody knew exactly who he was talking about. Big U always had a problem with artists coming into the hood without checking in. And Nipsey wasn't trying to play that game. Nipsey always had a bigger vision. He wanted to unite the community. He wanted to bring Bloods and Crips together and work towards something bigger than gang politics. That's why he worked with YG, an active Blood, to show that unity was possible. But that went against Big U's vision, and it made Nipsey a target.
What about
and that's how you know everybody don't conduct themselves how Big U's conducted themselves, because why these people they seem like they loyal to each other. They came through to ROLLIN 60s neighborhood and they try to run them out and they finished they video and everything. Big U he ain't got stopping grounds like that and that showed that he ain't got too much power. And that's when Big U was like, yo, we gonna have to take this nigga out because why the fuck you trying to stop a fucking music video? I don't get it, Like, it's a music video, GG, but you feel like you own that spot, What the fuck, You don't own none of the crews out there in front of them, Like, what you doing?
Like YG and Mustard.
My homies, man. Shout out to YG and Mustard. We clicked up in LA. We got a movement. YG can come to our hood. He's a Blood. He's from Peru. He can come to the 60s. I can go over there. I've been over there with my jewelry on it.
Yeah.
My being myself. And they, they respect it. They love it. I was unheard of. You couldn't do that. Right. So it's different right now.
Black Sam standing on business against a group as dangerous as the ROLLIN 60s is no doubt a bold move. But it's got some people genuinely concerned about how risky it might be for him in the long run. Take the altercation he had with Rockstar, for example. Folks have pointed out how that situation could have gone left real quick.
The way Black Sam conducted himself that day kind of reminded us of what Nipsey was doing on the day that he died. At a public location, at a retail spot that he's not welcome there, and embarrassing him in front of other people.
If Rockstar had been more reckless or unhinged, it could have turned into something way more chaotic on the spot.
because that would have been the wrong person. Something definitely would have happened. And what was crazy about it, Sam was gonna be there for a while. So a dude actually had time to leave, prep, set up, mount up.
Let's not forget, the Rollin' 60s have been tied to numerous deaths over the years, including people who were close friends of both Nipsey Hussle and Black Sam. An example is Stephen Giles Fats Donaldson. Fats was Nipsey's childhood friend and was like a brother to Nipsey. In 2017, he was killed in a drive-by shooting, and rumor has it Big U had something to do with it. The story goes that Fats confronted Big U for pressing Nipsey, and just a week after that incident, Fats was gone.
Big U tried to take off on Nip, and Fats took off on Big U and set him on his pockets in front of everybody. A week later, Fats was out of here.
Another person close to Nipsey Hussle who ended up being killed by the Rollin' 60s was Lil Eddie Boy. Eddie was also a member of the Rollin' 60s and had a falling out with another 60s member named Darmer in September 2008. The two of them got into a fight in front of several other Rollin' 60s, and it's believed that Nipsey Hussle was even there when it happened. During the fight, Eddie Boy punched Darmer hard and basically won the fight, but Darmer couldn't handle the loss. He took it personally and wanted to get back at Eddie. A few weeks later, on October 6, 2008, Darmer reached out to another Rollin' 60s member named Tiny Turtle and asked for help in killing Eddie Boy. Tiny Turtle agreed to go along with the plan. Later, the two of them found Eddie Boy sitting in a parked car with a woman near 63rd and Crenshaw. Tiny Turtle pulled his car up next to theirs, and Darmer jumped out with a gun. He opened fire on Eddie Boy and the woman, shooting them both multiple times. Once the shooting was done, Darmer got back in the car with Tiny Turtle, and they sped off. When LAPD arrived at the scene, they found Eddie Boy's car shot up, and both he and the woman were dead inside. They had each been shot 4 times, and police found 11 shell casings at the scene. At the time, they had no suspects. It wasn't until 5 years later, when Tiny Turtle was arrested for a different murder he and Darmer were involved in, that the truth came out. During that investigation, both men confessed to killing Eddie Boy. Eventually, they were both sentenced. Tiny Turtle got life without the possibility of parole, and Darmer got 2 life terms plus another 100 years to life. Another person was Sandman Negus. Sandman was a first-generation Eritrean American who grew up deep in the dime block.
That's crazy, GG Dundada. It seems like, damn, well, like I said, this ain't everywhere, Dundada, but it seems like right here, Dundada, this situation, Dundada, it seems like you join these people, Dundada, you gotta watch these people. Like, your life's in danger, more in danger joining these motherfuckers than it was, Dundada, not even being around these motherfuckers, Dundada, because what the fuck do you think is actually picking off their own kind, Dundada? That's crazy. Like, you picking up your own fucking people, Dundada, like people that you actually be going to their mama's house, people that you be going here, people you be going there. I mean, it gets wicked a little bit, Dundada. I'm saying, and it seems like it's a pattern. I understand if it was on person, like, you know what I'm saying, but it seems like it's a whole fucking pattern, Dundada, and I guess like it's crazy.
Section of the Rollin' 60s territory. His family and Nipsey's family were close. In fact, their parents knew each other well. So Sandman and Nipsey had known each other since they were kids.
Me and Sandman, we bros on many levels. Cut from the turf, day one. Cut from back home, same place I'm from, we got the same ethnicity.
Oh yeah, tell me about that.
Yeah, nah, you know, we descend from East Africa. That's where our family come from, our folks come from.
Even though Sandman wasn't officially jumped into the set, he was respected as an honorary member because he was from the neighborhood and was embraced by the people there. He worked at his family's gas station, a place known in the area as Club Shell, where a lot of 60s used to hang out. Before Nipsey got his full push from Big U and the Unique Music Entertainment label, Sandman was actually the first artist that Big U was developing. He had talent and was beginning to gain attention for his music.
And it's a crazy situation because it seems like Sandman Dundada, he's part of the neighborhood, but he didn't want to join them because, you know what I'm saying, you don't have to, Dundada. Imagine if you part of a neighborhood, Dundada, they trying to force you to join, Dundada. Just because you could rap, or just because you could draw, or just because you got talent and shit like that. You're like, nah, Dundada, just fucking, we grew up together, Dundada, it is what it is. And like, nah, you gotta be part of this, Dundada, to do that. Like, what the fuck? Like, what?
Sandman Negus coming at you. Got next. No, you got now.
But before long, things took a dark turn. One night after leaving the studio and dropping a friend off, Sandman was ambushed in traffic. He was shot through the front windshield of his car, hit 9 times in total. Bullets tore through his colon, liver, both lungs, his shoulders, neck, and more. Somehow he survived, though he was in a coma for 26 days and had to go through 8 surgeries just to recover.
I'm all about my money, that bread, that guap, I'm rapping what I have flown.
Despite the trauma, Sandman bounced back and poured all his focus into music. He and Nipsey would talk strategy, figuring out how to grow his name and push his mixtapes. He started building a real buzz in South LA's underground scene. But sadly, that momentum was cut short. On September 27, 2012, just 4 years after the first shooting, Sandman was killed at the age of 26 on the 4300 block of Crenshaw Boulevard, not far from Big U's studio. While details about his death remain cloudy, many in the streets have speculated that his murder was connected to people from the same ROLLIN 60 set. So yeah, Black Sam is playing a very dangerous game. Now, to fully understand the kind of atrocities Big U and his crew have been involved in and why they're currently behind bars, let's break it all down. One of the accusations against Big U is that he has been involved in multiple murders. And sometimes these murders are over the most trivial reasons. One name that appears in the indictment is Rayshawn Williams, his own artist. Back in 2021, Big U started a record label called Unique Music and signed up-and-coming rappers from the West Coast. One of them was Rayshawn Williams, but somewhere along the line, things got messy.
Mr. Henley engaged in a murder of a musician signed to his label in 2021 and dumped the victim's body.
It's not exactly clear what sparked the tension between them, but what we do know is that Rayshawn ended up dropping a diss track aimed at Big U, and that may have cost him his life.
They do say that part of the investigation involves the murder of another young rapper back in Las Vegas. That the murder was over, are you ready for this? A diss. That he had written something in a song supposedly talking bad about Big U, and that is why he ended up getting murdered.
In the song, Rayshawn called Big U a bro that made some money, basically downplaying his power, and then took it a step further by saying, "This song can get me killed for thinking ish funny." Even crazier, he rapped about getting shot in the face with a .38 revolver that would leave no trace.
Referring to Big U as bro that makes some money. And that unnamed rapper may get shot in the face for thinking that his use of the studio and representation by Unique Music is funny.
5 days after dropping the track, Las Vegas police found his body in a ditch. He had been shot in the face with a revolver, and the cops think Big U is the one who pulled the trigger.
But the track was eerie given what happened next. Just days later, the rapper was shot in the face.
And here's where it gets even darker. Big U had known Rayshawn since he was a kid. He was actually his football coach back in the day. But that history didn't stop him from allegedly setting him up. According to court documents, Big U's label, Unique Music, flew Rayshawn from California to Las Vegas in January 2021. They put him up in an Airbnb, and he was supposed to spend the week recording new music at the studio. But when Rayshawn missed one of the sessions, Big U and his right-hand man, Sylvester Robinson, drove out to Vegas to check on him. When they pulled up to the Airbnb, they asked Rayshawn why he didn't go to the studio, and he told them he didn't have a ride. The next day, Rayshawn, Big U, and Sylvester Robinson finally made it to the studio together. No one knows exactly what went down inside, but what we do know is that a few hours later, Rayshawn was dead. Surveillance footage caught him going back to the Airbnb at around 1 a.m. He was seen getting out of the car, grabbing his suitcase, and then hopping back in. He was supposed to stay in Vegas for another day, but Big U allegedly had other plans. According to investigators, Big U drove him out to the desert, shot him in the face, and then went right back to the studio like nothing happened.
About 45 minutes later, surveillance video at the Airbnb showed RW exiting the passenger side of the car and entering the Airbnb. A few minutes later, he left the Airbnb with a suitcase, got back into the car, and left. RW wasn't seen again. He wasn't even supposed to leave Vegas until the next day, but he never returned to the Airbnb. Instead, his body was found on the side of the road near Interstate 15.
A witness later told cops that Big U showed back up at the studio at around 3 a.m. looking drenched in either sweat or water. When they asked him what happened, he told them he had just come back from the gym. But just a few hours later, cops found Rayshawn's body dumped in a ditch, and Big U didn't stop there. According to the indictment, he tried to cover his tracks. He allegedly took recording equipment out of the studio after the murder and told someone to get rid of the surveillance footage from that night. Investigators also believe there was some kind of fight at the studio before Rayshawn got killed, which is why Big U wanted the video gone. After Rayshawn's death, Big U knew the heat was coming, so he allegedly had one of his homies drive his car and stay at his house. That way, if the cops pulled over the car or showed up at the crib, it would buy him some time to escape before they actually caught him. Nobody really knows the exact reason Big U allegedly killed Rayshawn, but this murder is what put him on the FBI's radar. Just a month after Rayshawn's death, the feds officially launched an investigation into Big U Enterprise. In March 2025, Big U and 18 other Crips got hit.
Doing malice to your own, the data. Big U, the data. Big U's downfall was Big U downfall, the data, and not holding his. It's everybody's downfall, bro. It happens to everybody, the data. It doesn't matter who you are, the data. It doesn't matter if you're Big U. It doesn't matter. People, the data, gotta start holding their anger, the data. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You can't let the trauma or the pain that you provide on others, the data, you can't let that be the same downfall that's going to be your downfall, the data, because you put all this trauma on others, the data, and you're being malice to others, the data, and you're being mean to others, the data. That everything triggers you, the data. So you're being so fucking rude and all that shit, the data, that's going to be your own downfall, the data. So you did it to the Rayshawn Williams kid, but this was an innocent kid. That was your people's, the data. And he was living with you, the data, and you was playing football with your son, the data. You know what I'm saying? But you let your anger get the best of you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hit different. But just because he's doing that doesn't mean that everybody in LA, the data, was scared of Big U. Nah, there was people who wasn't scared of Big U. There's some people who wasn't scared of Big U.
What landed him behind bars eventually, but before karma came knocking, there was one crew he couldn't push around, the Samoan gangs.
You're gonna get murdered too. That's what the whole song talk about. Another body murdered. Coming from gangster the real.
And if you know even a little about gang culture, then you know the Sons of Samoa aren't to be taken lightly. They are one of the most serious and dangerous yet respected groups out there.
Did you catch this? 100% Samoan. Lift up your shirt, bro. Lift up your shirt. Lift up your shirt. Show your tap. Look at that. Samoan.
So when Big U tried to bring that same bully energy to them, it backfired badly. This takes us to April 2014. Big U got into it with some Samoan guys who were working security at a club. According to Big U's version of the story, the whole situation kicked off when his homie wasn't allowed into the club by the Samoan security. His boy started mouthing off and things escalated from there.
Who's going in? It's only 30, 40 minutes left in the club. This dude high or something. The homeboy out. Yeah, they won't let him in. I'm like, I'm gonna stay out here with him. He just get off on the security guard for no apparent reason.
Big U says the security guards started gathering around them, about 15 deep. He claims he sized up the situation, knew he was outnumbered, but still decided to fight.
Security gathers. Big U, you straight girl? So I made the assessment. It's 15 of them. You 50 get but how the rules go, I'm gonna get out where I'm at. Wrestling with one dude came and kicked me in the side of the face.
And according to him, he held his own against all of them.
I think I did pretty good, me versus 15. You know what I'm saying? Other said and went back home. That's the difference between Big U and 90% of these motherfuckers.
But honestly, not many people believe that story. First of all, it's the Samoans we're talking about. Nobody's buying that one guy. Even someone with Big U's rep took on 15 Samoans and came out clean. Especially since after the fight, Big U was seen with a bloody face, one eye swollen and bleeding. Dude looked rough. Even his own son was pissed about how bad he looked, which pretty much told everyone who really caught the beatdown.
Oh, y'all hit him like that? It's a crime scene. Hold up. You back up. Back up.
So a lot of people think Big U made up the whole I fought them all off angle to protect his image, especially since he was always hyping himself up as one of the ROLLIN 60s top fighters.
I was just squat there in the hood. I squat everything. So I would say me.
That whole incident also got people talking about the clear differences between Big U and the Samoan gangs. Yeah, the Samoans are definitely feared, but they're also respected. They care.
On 5-5 Crib. Yo, free Crib Mac, Free Crib Mac's a cool dude, He's a cool dude, You know what I'm saying? Took advantage of in so many ways, Pause, no diddy, but you know what I'm saying? He's a good dude.
Carry themselves with honor, look out for their community, respect their people, and even try to uplift the weak.
So everybody wasn't scared of Big U, the Dada.
Violence.
But we want to have
Everybody wasn't scared of Big U, the Dada.
the colors. We want to leave the colors alone for the next generation, right?
You want to leave the colors
alone.
Gotcha. Bloods and Crips.
Right.
Meanwhile, Big U and his Rollin' 60s clique have been known more for chaos, destruction, and even killing each other. Everybody already knew Big U was one of the top dogs in the Rollin' 60s Crips. He never hid his gang ties. He was always talking about how he came up robbing cars and earned his rep in the streets by putting hands on his enemies. Back in the 80s, Big U was deep in the drug game, but he claimed he gave it up after reading the autobiography of Malcolm X. That's when he switched lanes and got into the rap industry. He started managing artists, and one of the first big names he worked with was Corrupt, but Big U never really left the streets. In 1991, he got caught up trying to steal a massive load of an undercover cop, which landed him in prison for 13 years. While locked up, Big U was still on his gangster time. He admitted to stabbing multiple people in prison and even bragged about knocking a dude's eyeball out of its socket with a single punch. After serving his time, he came home in 2004 and rebranded himself as a community leader by starting a charity called Developing Options. On paper, Developing Options was supposed to help kids stay out of the streets and get involved in sports. But according to the feds, Big U was using the charity as a front to move dirty money. The city of LA even funded Developing Options through the Gang Reduction and Youth Development Grid program, giving Big U over $500,000 a year since 2015. That money was supposed to go toward at-risk youth, but instead, Big U was allegedly pocketing a huge chunk of it.
Funding a South LA-based charity, Developing Options, which purports to help at-youth risk escape gang life and escape the perils of gangs in high-crime areas.
And it wasn't just government money. Even celebrities got caught.
Like I said, I feel like Big U, he was just stuck in the old system, you know what I'm saying? He needed a new system, you know what I'm saying? Every year, the iPhone gives you a new data, Microsoft gives you a new data, Windows 11 to update, He had to update his system, but the system, was out of date, you know what I'm saying? And he needed to update it, but he didn't, that's what caused this little situation. And also him, not being able, to handle his anger, for stupidity, Like, you're right, you can't let, if a kid's getting you mad, you can't let him get you mad, to the point that you trying to do some malice shit to him. You're going to have to teach him because he's ignorant, You got to teach him, the right way to go. You have to teach this man, the right way to do things, because ain't you the person that does that, Ain't you the community activist, So you got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to set shit for example, You can't just be using blunt force on people,
Caught up in the scam. According to the indictment, Draymond Green and Shaquille O'Neal both donated $20,000 each to Developing Options, thinking they were supporting a good cause. But instead of helping kids, Big U allegedly transferred the money straight into his personal accounts.
Mr. Henley is accused of embezzling donations made by celebrities, professional athletes, and businesses to his charity, Developing Options.
Some people got scammed out of money. Others got hands put on them. One of the wildest stories in the indictment involves boxer Adrian Broner. Back in 2019, Broner allegedly set up a high-stakes dice game in LA, inviting a bunch of NBA players. The problem was that Broner and his crew were using trick dice and ended up finessing millions from the players. When Big U heard about it, he wasn't happy. Not because of the scam itself, but because Broner didn't check in with him first. So Big U sent his crew to rough up Adrian Broner. After that, Big U took the money Broner had stolen from the NBA players and gave it back to them. But of course, it wasn't just out of the kindness of his heart. He allegedly made each player pay him $100,000 in exchange for getting their money back. And according to an FBI informant, this wasn't just a one-time thing. A lot of NBA players and celebrities would check in with Big U to make sure they were safe at parties, games, or advertising shoots. Anyone who didn't check in risked getting pressed by Big U's crew. Big U even once said, "If I don't pick up the phone, that could mean death for somebody." The indictment also reveals that Big U was shaking down weed dispensaries, forcing them to pay him $25,000 a month just to operate without problems. One dispensary owner couldn't afford the payments anymore, so Big U sent his goons to rob the shop. Armed men stormed in, stole cash and a bunch of weed. Then later that same day, Big U called the shop owner to his house. When the owner showed up, Big U had all the stolen money and product laid out on the table and told him, "That's how you rob yourself." Then, just to add insult to injury, he made the guy pay him another $10,000 to avoid getting robbed again. But Big U wasn't done yet. He wanted to rob more dispensaries. He told the same shop owner to help him set up other weed stores, promising him a cut of the money as proof of how serious he was.
And that's where you fucked up, the making law-abiding citizens do evil things. He don't want to do that shit, so he don't want to do that shit. So since he didn't want to do that shit, guess what he does, he gonna run to the law, Why would you make a regular person, with a store? We don't know what kind of dispensary it was. The dispensary was so legal and shit like that, but we know that the nigga didn't want to set up more dispensaries or whatever the case may be, because that's just, maybe he's a good-hearted dude, he's just a regular person, and that's the kid. You're trying to make him commit different crimes, he don't want to do that shit, so he's going back away from that shit situation. And it's not because you're hurting him, it's because you're trying to hurt others, and that's a different type of situation right there.
Big U even handed the guy back some of the money that had just been stolen from his own shop. Now, on the flip side, we have the Samoans. Like we mentioned earlier, these guys weren't playing around. They were known for being one of the most serious and dangerous gangs out there. The gang, known as Sons of Samoa, SOS, got its start back in the mid-1980s in Long Beach, California. Over time, though, their reach expanded way beyond that. By the 1990s, they had spread to Hawaii and across various parts of California, including key areas in the Bay Area like San Jose, Oakland, and Hayward. Incidentally, these were the same cities where members of the Samoan family lived, which only added to their deep connections and influence in the region. The police in Washington state had a lot to say about the SOS gang and their reputation. They were well known for using intimidation tactics to get what they wanted. Extortion was also a common move, and they weren't shy about pulling off drug ripoffs or even committing homicide when things escalated.
What kind of weapons do the gangs use? Your gang, for example? 38, 22, 357, 9, AK. It's pretty heavy sort of artillery.
These guys weren't the type to back down from a fight either. They'd throw hands with just about any gang that crossed their path. Their most common rivals, though, were the Tongan Crips gangsters, which only added to the tension on the streets. When it came to their image, the SOS gang used a few specific symbols to represent themselves. One of their most recognizable signs was the Seattle Mariners logo, which they'd use on hats or clothing. They also had unique hand signals to show affiliation. These weren't
niggas. Everybody wasn't scared of Big U, Niggas was standing down, but Big U was on some trifling shit, It's not even being scared of him. It's just like, if you do that to your own people, we ain't gonna be able to be near you, That's just what it is, bro. For real.
You know, Hustle had DJ Khaled in the hood, and Hustle frontline that, and you know, we felt like certain people didn't like that.
This about someone being mad about the DJ Khaled video has to be Big U. What Black Sam did, he talked about certain things without talking about certain people. Did you see the clip when he was live? Okay, but and they said justice for Nip? Wait.
Yeah, yeah.
And what did he do? He started laughing. Your brain is going to react in the most genuine way, naturally.
What bothers me the most is when people say he got killed by one of his own homeboys. Right. Well, at some point, he wasn't his homeboy.
Right.
Because he's like, you ain't supposed to be here.
Right.
If you fire somebody from Drink Champs,
right.
And then pull back up to Drink Champs while y'all filming, you're going to be like, wasn't that a disgruntled employee?
Right.
That means he wasn't the homeboy.
Right.
Like, so they need to dead that part.
Big U is behind bars, and Black Sam just broke his silence and exposed some serious connections linking Big U to the execution of Nipsey and PNB. For years, rumors circulated about Big U's involvement, but he always shut them down fast with public denials. Now, with his recent arrest and indictment making headlines, those old rumors are roaring back to life. Big U's facing heavy charges, including conspiracy, extortion, and weapons violations. And if convicted, he's staring down a possible life sentence. And get this, Black Sam, Nipsey's brother, just made a jaw-dropping statement that Big U might be hiding something.
But following this story throughout the day, federal officers arrested more than a dozen members tied to the gang known as the Rollin' 60s Neighborhood Crips, though its leader was on the run. Well, within the last 20 minutes, the FBI announcing that man, Eugene Henley Jr., a.k.a. Big U, is now in custody. He was facing a max sentence of life in federal prison. We are told that he should be in court.
And you already know who is celebrating Big U getting locked up. Nipsey Hussle's brother, Black Sam. Now, ever since Nipsey was taken out in the broad daylight, Sam has been saying that Big U was the one who not called the hit on him, but was also responsible for the loss of other artists.
But there was a lot of politics getting into it with certain people. You know, Hustle had DJ Khaled in the hood, hustle, frontline that, and you know, we.
I mean, these people was around you gotta understand everybody it's not okay with the program that Big U was running and every set already knows that shit. Every set ain't handled the way that Big U's handling his set. You gotta understand that shit. Everybody in Cali don't condone what Big U is doing. They're like, yo, that shit's happening over there. They're not gonna they ain't gonna go over there and fuck with it because it's happening over there. But they're like, damn, and they ain't gonna put themselves in a situation where they're gonna have to show how they get down, because you know what I'm saying, that's just starting trouble. You know what I'm saying? So more or less, it's just happening over there. If it's happening over there, but Big U, but these people, people that's living in the community, they're not okay with the shit. Everybody's not okay with the shit. It's not a situation that everybody feels like, oh yeah, it's all right. What Big U is doing. They just feel like, yo, it's happening. It happens every day, you know, at different places.
We felt like certain people didn't like that.
This about someone being mad about the DJ Khaled video has to be Big U. What Black Sam did, he talked about certain things without talking about certain people.
Nipsey was tragically taken out at just 33 years old on March 31st, 2019. He was down in front of his store, Marathon Clothing. Eric Holder was arrested for the crime, but it has always been speculated that Big U was the one who paid Eric the bounty. And get this word on the street is that Eric Holder, the guy who took Nipsey's life, might be gearing up to flip and point fingers at Big U to lighten his sentence. There are even talks that he already cooperated with the feds in building this case against Big U. The feds have been looking at Big U for over 2 years, so the possibility of Eric flipping ain't that crazy.
A statement about to come out probably like 2 days.
Statement from who?
Eric.
How do you know that in advance? So you're saying by the time this is out?
Hold on, wait.
Listen.
So you're saying we should race this one out?
No, I'm just saying.
Now, Big U has always shut down any claims tying him to Nipsey Hussle's death. During an appearance on Drink Champs, he made it clear there was no tension between him and Nipsey. According to Big U, all the noise came from folks looking to ride the wave of Nipsey's passing for attention. He also emphasized that Eric Holder Jr. wasn't some random. Nipsey knew him. This wasn't some grand conspiracy. It was personal.
What bothers me the most when people say he got killed by one of his own homeboys. Right. Well, at some point, he wasn't his homeboy. Right. Because he's like, you ain't supposed to be here. Right. If you fire somebody from Drink Champs, and then they pull back up to Drink Champs while y'all filming, you're going to be like, wasn't that a disgruntled employee? That means he wasn't the homeboy. Like, so they need to dead that part.
The official story claims Eric Holder killed Nipsey over a snitch comment, but that doesn't explain why.
Crazy part is they was both fucking with his niece too, It's like, it's a crazy situation, bro. And then they try to play it off, That's how you know, niggas be fucking them. Whoever he got to play from, it was just some old mediocre play, Like he had a red shirt. He switched to a red shirt. He took the red shirt off. Like, who comes up with this shit? Like, what the fuck? It's like a whole fucking weird ass play that was handled. It was just a crash out mission. Someone sent that man on a crash out. And he was the dude, I guess. Crash out.
Big U's location was sketchy that entire day. He was in and around the area where Nipsey was.
It's not like a situation that it's not, and I'm not saying that it's a situation like, oh, he crashed out. It's not. People be thinking like crash out is something thing. No, crash out is a situation that you just blatantly gonna get in trouble for. Like, oh yeah, like you're about to go into school or do something, or you're about to go fucking to a whole crowd and do something, or you just so mad that someone did something to your peoples and shit like that, and you do just some wild shit. That's crash out, you know what I'm saying? He just blatantly just, you know what I'm saying, did some wild shit,
was taken out. His alibi kept changing. No clarity on where he was, who he was with, or what he was doing. And let's not forget, Nipsey had just walked away from renewing a deal with Big U's label. That alone raised eyebrows. Then came Nipsey's funeral. Big U didn't show up, not even to pay respect. But what really set the internet on fire was when he laughed at a Justice for Nip comment on Live. That moment turned speculation into straight up suspicion. People started saying Big U was the one who called the hit.
What you waiting on, though? You don't know what you waiting on, though. What you waiting on? You got to tell us what you waiting on.
Justice for Dip.
My young boy would have been there like, yeah,
You did. You did.
Things escalated when Big U's ex-ally, Loose Cannon, spoke out on the No Jumper podcast. He claimed Big U called him before the shooting, already believing Nipsey was dead.
He called you, told you Nip got killed. You called Nip in a panic. He answered the phone. When you hear his voice, you like, well, Nip ain't dead, but you don't warn him what he said. 30 minutes later, you get a call after the fact, Nip dead.
Yeah.
Things took a darker turn when Black Sam sat down with Big Boy and dropped what sounded like a major clue, hinting that Eric Holder might not have acted alone. According to Sam, Holder first pulled up to the store, just watching, like he was sizing the place up. What's more, Sam noticed something off. None of the usual security was around that day. Not long after leaving, Holder came back wearing a red shirt, which, according to Sam, was strange because you couldn't even find that kind of shirt in a Crips neighborhood. And then, in a matter of moments, he walked up to Nipsey and the were fired.
From my understanding, old boy walked up with no shirt on first to check the scene because he knows what's going on in that parking lot, and had a conversation. Probably seen nobody was in the doorways. Checked Hustle had on shorts. Checked everybody else. Left. They say came back with a red shirt on. Tiptoed through the alley and went right and started. So to me, that's premeditated. Number one, there's no red shirts in the hood.
Damn, the Dada situation occurred. The Dada, he tried to do the okie doke. The Dada, he tried to play the okie doke. The Dada, the red shirt was like, bro, what the fuck was that about? Yeah.
You can't buy no red shirt. No liquor store sell no red shirt. Number two, when it come through the alley with a red shirt, that's the throw off. Or the Bloods did it. Or the Inglewood families did it. Or the BPS. That's the throw off. Red shirt. So for me,
and that's a sorry individual right there. A sorry ass motherfucking individual. A sorry ass individual that is going to try to cause a gang war. Going to try to put other niggas' life in jeopardy. He'll be okay with someone else getting blamed about his son helping to someone else. He wouldn't give a fuck. He don't care. If something happened to someone else and Dada. Why would he give a fuck? The Dada, so damn, you trying to start a whole nother situation, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Felt he was supposed to do a job, or somebody sent him or whatever, and he was nervous. He was supposed to hit that alley with that red shirt immediately, but he didn't do that. He came in and he wanted to check the scene. He wanted to make sure he wasn't getting into it.
According to Black Sam, Big U was bad that Nipsey shot a music video with DJ Khaled and John Legend in their hood without checking in with him first. In LA, checking in ain't optional. It's like paying taxes when you land in certain hoods. And Big U, he ran that whole game. Rappers who ain't from the streets had to tap in with him or risk getting pressed, robbed, or worse. But Nipsey, he brought DJ Khaled straight to Compton. No calls, no clearance, just pulled up and shot the video. Skipped the whole extortion style check-in like it didn't exist.
Not to get into too much detail, but there was a lot of politics getting into with certain people. You know, Hustle had DJ Khaled in the hood. Not to be speaking too much on, but we came flying like we always do. And, you know, niggas gonna know we gonna crash out behind it. We not playing. Ain't nobody saying nothing to Khaled. Ain't nobody doing nothing to Khaled. And he's straight. And Hustle frontline that. And, you know, we felt like certain people didn't like that. And did the video. Khaled got out of there perfect and smooth. And, you know, we appreciated Khaled for showing up and coming to the hood. And
that's crazy, Dada. When someone fucking actually Dada put their fucking livelihood on the line for you. When someone actually you see, some people care for people, Dada, and other people just, you know what I'm saying, it's business for Khaled. Dada, he's used to this. Dada, it ain't nothing. Dada, yeah, you know what I'm saying, Nipsey, you cool and shit like that, but it's usual. But Nipsey, he don't understand how Nipsey, he's not looking at it from how Nipsey's looking at it, Dada. And Nipsey's actually trying to orchestrate this whole situation so peacefully, so good. I have to. He's trying to conduct friendships and and he looks at friends and he looks at others with a good heart. But niggas don't look at it like that because what? Cali was fucking doing videos with Big U after the fact that Nipsey died. So
doing a video, and you know, we knew that this was gonna be one of them videos, man. Hustle brought DJ Khaled to the hood, and you know.
Word on the street is Big U wasn't feeling that at all. He was heated. Folks say he even tried to crash the sent some gang members to stir it up, but it flopped, didn't go his way. Then, just a few days later, Nipsey Hussle got right outside his store in LA. And it's because of this check-in that we also lost PNB Rock. PNB Rock's shook the entire hip-hop community to its core. He was gunned down in cold blood on September 12th, 2022, while eating at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in South Los Angeles with his girlfriend. The incident, which appeared to be a targeted robbery, left everyone stunned. It was the circumstances surrounding the incident that had everyone pointing fingers at Big U. One popular theory surrounding PNB Rock's tragic death is his refusal to check in with gangs in Los Angeles. While some believe PNB Rock felt he didn't need to follow this rule in his city, others argue his refusal may have contributed to his fate. As a celebrity with expensive jewelry and cars, PNB Rock became an easy target. The day PNB Rock lost his life, the basics are well known. It happened at Roscoe's in South LA. Reports said a 17-year-old, allegedly sent by his father, Freddie Trone, was involved in the robbery attempt. Trone ended up receiving a life sentence for his role in the incident.
A True Crime News exclusive, never before seen surveillance video of the crime as it unfolded. The father and son suspects trying to cover their tracks. Was it pre-planned or a robbery gone wrong?
But what really caught people's attention was what Loose Cannon revealed afterward. In an interview, Loose dropped a major detail. He claimed that he and Big U were at that same Roscoe's on the same day PNB was killed.
The crazy part about it is I was at Roscoe's when it happened.
You know, dude was like, he wanted that chain. He said no, and boop boop, no questions asked, and just took it and bounced.
But he stood on his business, but then it ultimately cost his life. And then people don't have to understand the kid was only 17 years old. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just different.
So, did Big U ever respond? Yes, he did. After the backlash, Big U publicly denied having any involvement in the situation. When questioned about the PNB Rock case, he downplayed it, saying something like that could have happened to anyone.
What are your thoughts on what?
why do you feel niggas is going against Big U though? Like everybody want to just play anytime. Do you feel like that's what happens when you're doing wrong so much? When you're in a circle, that's the only way they got. It's like a civil war. Niggas is fighting back like that. Like what's going on, GG? It's just crazy.
What happened to PNB?
I mean, it could happen to everybody. Just to be honest with you, I have spoke on that. It's about greed. You know what I mean? Greed, envy, same thing I did. I mean, I did that. I was on the other side of, I grew up and I lived on the other side of what PNB Rock was.
But here's what is crazy. He never actually denied being at Roscoe's that day. He didn't confirm it either.
And I don't think nobody is safe. I know dudes right now from LA who are actual gang members who have been robbed for their jewelry. Who really real, like, if he ever find out who did that, he gonna knock everybody down.
He also took a moment to defend the infamous check-in system in LA. According to him, it's not about intimidation or extortion. It's about safety and mutual respect, especially in a city where the politics run deep.
Any real dude that's ever really been in LA, he checked in. Any real dude that's ever been in Atlanta, he checked in. If you moving and you getting money, you gonna check in because you need to know the right places to be and places not to be. That's a businessman. So I mean, but shit, some people feel like I am who I am. To speak to P, I don't want to say his name, PNB Rock.
Yeah.
I don't even think that's the case with him. I think he was living here so long, he felt like he knew the place, and that's good. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't think his situation is a checking in situation. He been living here. He know the people. He kind of know how to move. He just got caught slipping, if you ask me. Could happen to me tomorrow. So I don't think his is a real, like, quote unquote checking in and not checking in. Gotcha. Because when you move here and you now call this home, shit, you checked in. You like, this home. I ain't no visitors no more. Like, I live with y'all.
And get this, Big U may have been aware of PNB Rock's lack of security and in turn hired his to stage a robbery gone wrong. The idea that PNB Rock was slipping on his security was a point of major concern in the aftermath.
I feel like more or less that PNB Rock was living there, since he was living there, he had the terms that, yo, these niggas actually try to get at him a couple times. And he said, but he ain't having that he be banging his strap, so when niggas try to, you know what I'm saying, full up on PNB Rock said that, you know what I'm saying, he let shit fly, and this and that. So they took that shit the wrong way, them taking the wrong way, they take everything the wrong way, them niggas, press them again, but if it happened before, maybe it's a situation that just be happening, and maybe that one was a bad situation, it could be that, or it just be a situation that he was talking, PNB Rock was talking, how situations be handled, and then it occurred like that, but everybody wasn't scared of Big U, you know what I'm saying? That's what they saying. They said everybody wasn't actually scared of Big U, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. Monster Cody.
And that was Jay Blake's arm.
You mean to tell me that story is real?
Yes, that was Jay Blake's arm. It was real. He did bring an arm back. They chopped him up and put him in front of Jefferson High School.
And a lot of homies said a lot of treacherous things about him. They were scared of him, homie. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Few of the big homies. I mean, men ain't supposed to be scared of men, but they was afraid of him.
Big U's reputation already spoke volumes, but after the indictment against him, it became even more obvious to people just how much of a terror he really was. Some folks even started calling him the Blue Suge Knight of LA, known for intimidating people, extorting them, and allegedly going as far as murdering anyone who got in his way.
They do say that part of the investigation involves the murder of another young rapper back in Las Vegas. That the murder was over, are you ready for this? A diss. That he had written something in a song supposedly talking bad about Big U, and that is why he ended up getting murdered.
But here's the thing. Big U and his Rollin' 60s crew might not have had the space to grow the way they did if one particular person was still in the picture. That person is none other than Sanyika Shakur, aka Monster Cody. If you think Big U was feared, Monster Cody was on another level, a straight-up psychotic menace. This man literally earned the nickname Monster after he beat a man's face so badly, it became completely unrecognizable. And just at the age of 13.
Where did Monster come from?
The name?
Yeah.
Because America produced me, but the name came from a beating that I had given a guy, and the dude hit me in the face, and then we chased him and beat him and stomped him and disfigured him, and the pigs, police, was saying that whoever had did this to this cat was Monster.
That's why a lot of people believe Big U wouldn't have been able to stand next to Cody, let alone rise up the way he did. In fact, some say Big U and his people might not have even existed the way they do now, especially since one of the main sets Cody went hard against were the Rollin' 60s, during that brutal war between the 8 Trey gangster Crips and the Rollin' 60s.
Do you have any idea how many people you've killed?
No. No, I don't even know.
But you remember doing it?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I was engaged in the war, and the rules of engagement were kill or be killed, you know?
Monster Cody was about 3 years ahead of Big U, so by the time Big U was really making moves and becoming a major figure, Cody was already out of the streets and no longer active with the 8 Treys. Even Big U himself admitted that things would have been way more intense if Cody was still active, and he even said that Cody was one of his inspirations.
Cody was an enigma, man. If he could have stayed straight, he'd have been a mark. I look up to him. I got a lot of respect for him.
There's a lot to get into here, so let's dive in. Born in 1963, Cody grew up in an environment that was anything but nurturing. His father, Ernest, was abusive, frequently beating him.
So Big U was someone. So Big U is doing what Monster Cody was doing to the 60s. Big U is doing the same thing to the 60s. Why would you look up to? You look up for what he was doing, but you're doing the same thing he was doing to the same people, because you're doing it to your own people, but he was doing it to your people. You gonna look up to him, don't you? Ain't that your op? You went, like, you know what I'm saying? How you gonna look up to him? It seems like, I don't know, you're a little scary right there.
while his mother, Birdie, was distant and neglectful. The family dynamic was chaotic, and by the time his parents divorced in 1970, it was clear that Cody was already on a troubled path. Things only escalated further when, in 1972, his mother moved him to South Central Los Angeles, a neighborhood that, at the time, was quickly becoming a battleground for gang activity. It wasn't long before Cody found himself drawn to that world. One of his neighbors happened to be Stanley Tukey Williams, a man who would later become infamous as one of the co-founders of the Crips. Tukey took Cody under his wing, introducing him to gang culture. Cody would spend hours at Tukey's house watching older gang members lift weights, smoke PCP, and talk about the street life. To a kid with no real parental guidance, this was his version of education. He was soaking it all in, fascinated by the power and respect that these men commanded.
And at that age, it's very easy to feel powerless because a lot of us are powerless. So we join gangs, as I did, for the power. To be able to say, this is my crew, this is my posse, these are my homeboys.
Years later, Tukey would reflect on this period in his memoir, Blue Rage, Black Redemption, expressing regret for exposing Cody to the gang lifestyle so early. But by then, the damage was already done. Cody was all in. By 1975, a new Crip faction called the 8 Trey Gangsters had formed in Cody's neighborhood, and he wasted no time joining up. He had just graduated from 6th grade, but instead of worrying about school, he was already making a name for himself in the streets. His initiation was no joke. One night, he and some other gang members stole a car, loaded it up with weapons, and went hunting for rival gang members. Their target was a group of Bloods known as the Brims, and Cody was handed a sawed-off 12-gauge shotgun with strict instructions. He wasn't allowed to leave the scene until he had fired every last shell. That was his entry into the gang world, and from then on, he was locked in.
He joined the Crips at age 11 on the day he graduated from the 6th grade. That night, he says he was given a shotgun, and for his initiation, he pumped 8 rounds into the ranks of a rival gang.
His reputation as Monster Cody only grew from there. He became known as one of the most ruthless members of the 8 Trey Gangsters, and his name struck fear into both enemies and allies. By the time he was 14, he had already caught his first serious case. In 1978, he was arrested for shooting a fast food worker who had disrespected his younger brother Kershawn. When he got out, the streets had already started to shift. The 8 Treys, who used to be tight with the Rollin' 60s Crips, fell out after a fistfight turned into gunplay. Things hit a point of no return when a new 8 Trey recruit took out Tyrone, the younger brother of Big Rick, a respected Rollin' 60s member. That move shifted the whole dynamic in the streets. Hoods that were once cool had to pick sides, and old friendships turned into deadly beefs.
So every Friday, that became like our routine. We'd meet up there and fight. The 8 Treys, 9-0s, the Hoovers. Every Friday, we would meet at the same spot and fight. So then that one Friday, that's when Tyrone got killed.
Monster was all in. The war with the 60s kicked off heavy, and he was already going at it with their blood rivals too. Sets like the Brims and the Inglewood families. In the summer of 1980, Monster's mom asked him to walk with her to the store. She liked shopping at this spot called the Buddha Market, which just so happened to be deep in Rollin' 60s territory. Sure enough, while there, Monster got into a shootout with a 60s member right outside the store. He caught a case for it, but ended up beating it. Then on July 8, 1980, Monster's girlfriend had just given birth to his first child. On his way to the hospital, he passed through 60s turf and spotted a dude known as Bank Robber, a 60s member. Monster didn't hesitate. He shot him multiple times.
They said Big U, yeah, he was doing all that shit to his peoples, but he wasn't doing all that shit to the peoples, that he had to be doing it to and he wasn't doing that shit to no monster, That's what I heard.
And drove off. By this point, Monster said the war had already claimed lives. 8 Treys had lost about 5 people, and the Rollin' 60s had lost around 8. Things had gotten way past just fights and shootouts. This was full-blown war. At one point, the 60s even kidnapped an 8 Trey member's sister and held her for 3 days, doing some truly graphic, messed up things to her. That act alone sparked a whole new level of retaliation. Some 8 Trey gangsters wanted revenge, and not just on anyone. They were gunning for high-profile 60s, but they couldn't find them, though. So instead, they caught another 60s member and went brutal, chopped him up, and even kept his arms as trophies.
Monster Cody did an interview, and he said that he brought somebody's arm
You mean to tell me that story is real?
Yes, that was Jay Blake's arm. It was real. He did bring an arm back. They chopped him up and put him in front of Jefferson High School.
By the end of 1980, Monster got set up by 3 women and ambushed by the 60s. He got shot multiple times but survived. Just 2 days after getting out the hospital, police picked him up for 6 different shootings. He went back to jail to fight the charges, and again, beat the cases. But soon, Monster ended up getting sent back to jail again. Now, despite dropping out of high school, Cody found himself drawn to education while behind bars. Prison gave him time to think, and he used that time to read, learning about Malcolm X, the Black Panthers, and revolutionary ideologies that made him question everything he had been taught in the streets. He started associating with members of the Republic of New Africa, and that exposure pushed him to re-examine his purpose. It wasn't just about survival anymore. He wanted something bigger, something that mattered. His involvement in activism deepened when he participated in the 1992 Los Angeles riots, a massive uprising sparked by the brutal beating of Rodney King by LAPD officers. The riots were a turning point in L.A.'s history, and Cody was right in the middle of it, standing with his people in defiance of a system that had oppressed them for generations. That, of course, led to yet another arrest. By 1993, Cody was sitting in solitary confinement at Pelican Bay State Prison, one of the most notorious prisons in California. But it was in that cell, alone with his thoughts, that he decided to write down his life story. That decision led to Monster, the autobiography of an LA gang member, a book that would shake the world. At that time, gang culture was still somewhat of a mystery to the general public. Most people only saw the surface-level violence, but Cody's book gave them a first-hand account of what life in the trenches was really like.
This book is 383 pages of reality. I'm uniquely qualified to write 383 pages of life for this generation, and that's what I've done. It's 383 pages of gore, no doubt about that, but it's reality. It happens every day.
Cody went on to write 2 more books, a novel titled Thug Life, and another one called Stand Up, Struggle Forward, New African Revolutionary Writings on Nation, Class, and Patriarchy. He was even working on a 3rd before he passed. Now, for someone as monstrous as Monster Cody once was, he still managed to turn his life around, becoming an author and activist, despite being one of the most notorious figures out there. But on the flip side, you have Big U, who came up 3 years after Cody. Instead of learning anything from him, he built a name as a bully, never even doing half of what Cody did. And now, it looks like karma has caught up with him. He might just end up rotting in prison for a long time. One of the most shocking allegations being leveled against Big U is his alleged involvement in the 2021 murder of Rayshawn Williams. Back in 2020.
That's it different, Dada. When you try to live up to the hype, Dada, and you're not actually that hype, Dada. Everybody, Dada, just being is all right, Dada. That's life, Dada. But everybody wanna be, Dada. And wanna be is a whole different situation, Dada. You just wanna be that person, bro. And wanting to be that, you come with these mediocre tactics, Dada. And that's what leads you to your downfall, Dada. That's what leads up to your downfall.
In the streets for years, manages to fool everyone, making them believe that he left his old life behind. All while building a public image as an entrepreneur, community leader, and even the former manager of stars like Nipsey Hussle. Turns out, he may have just been pulling off the biggest trick of all, flying under the radar for decades, fooling the law, and stacking an empire that's now on the verge of collapse. Because it's starting to look like this high-ranking Rolling 60s Crip wasn't just hiding in plain sight, but he might have been tied to some shocking murders as well. It's your boy Luesta, and this is the downfalls of LA's check-in kingpin, Big U. After rising up as a successful podcaster, internet personality, and all-around OG in the Cali gang scene, Eugene Big U Henley Jr. looked like he had it all figured out. He was running his own nonprofit, making moves as an entertainment executive, and earning respect in the streets and the industry, especially in the LA underworld he first entered as a top-ranking member of the Rolling 60s neighborhood Crips. But just when you thought he had it made, the feds swooped in and are now looking to throw the book at him.
Now, in their case, the feds say he ran a mafia-like enterprise. He's accused of murder, kidnapping, embezzlement, robbery, and extortion. And that's just to name a few. Now, Big U claims he's innocent. But if he's convicted on these charges, he's facing the rest of his life in prison.
Accused of running a mafia-like organization that relied on his stature and long-standing association with the Rolling 60s and other street gangs to intimidate businesses and individuals, Big U shared a video just prior to turning himself in, which he asserted his innocence after the RICO charges were announced.
Today, we're here to announce federal criminal charges against Eugene Henley Jr., a career criminal known as Big U, who used his contacts and leadership role in the Crips criminal street gang, the entertainment industry, and a youth charity to further his own criminal enterprise, an enterprise engaged in murder, extortion, robbery, human trafficking, COVID fraud, and other felonies.
I just need y'all prayers. I need y'all. I don't even know what to say.
A move that was part of an expensive swoop from the feds known as Operation Drawdown. 10 other alleged gang members and associates had been arrested and charged with various federal crimes, including drug trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and firearm offenses. 4 defendants were already in custody. And for Big U, this is far from his first issues with the law. He previously served 13 years in prison after a 1991 arrest for attempting to rob an undercover cop of 33 pounds of coke. Since emerging from prison in 2004, it's when Big U reimagined himself as a community activist and fighting against the gang violence. But in this investigation, which has reportedly been occurring since 2021, it's alleged that Big U has been as deeply involved in crime as ever. According to United States Attorney Joseph McNally, the allegations in the complaint unsealed today reveal a criminal enterprise that engaged in murder, extortion, human trafficking, and fraud, all led by a support anti-gang activist and purported music entrepreneur who was nothing more than a violent street criminal. Among the allegations is that professional athletes, musicians, and others had to check in with Big U to ensure their safety, a practice which he talked about openly on his podcast.
When I go to Chicago, I respect Chicago wholeheartedly. I check in. When I go to Atlanta, I check in. When I go places, I check in. And I don't think nobody is safe. I know dudes right now from LA who are actual gang members who have been robbed for their jewelry, who real killers, like who really real killers. Like if he ever find out who did that, he gonna knock everybody down. You understand what I'm saying? You just call slipping. You know, that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? And you try your best not to be slipping. And if you have the means not to, why do it? You know what I mean? And it's just about...
Don't check in with people you don't know, Dandada, because then you're going to have a brutal reality of Dandada, how they conduct themselves. What happened in Rome, you like, damn, Dandada, this don't happen over there. It's going to be a rural awakening, Dandada.
Sometimes it's about respecting, you know, yourself and then trying to get home. So, I mean, you know, I hear a lot of back and forth on that, but I mean, I don't know that it's a perfect answer other than me, myself, I check in.
By the sounds of it, this was the worst kept secret in LA because now an old clip of Schoolboy Q resurfaced in which he seemed to allude to Big U's status as the man that people were stupidly entrusting.
There's been rumors that LA is probably one of the most dangerous places for rappers. Do you believe that's true?
Yeah, because I mean, everybody be checking in. That's your favorite thing to do. Check in with somebody that's gonna rob your stupid ass. Right. Yo, you think that guy, the guy that you don't know, motherfucker, in California got your back? The guy that got beef with other hoods and all this, you checking in to that dude? Bro, just go to the hotel, get you something to eat, go back to the hotel.
Do your business.
Go have some fun. Where shit is fun. Why do you want to go over there? For what?
Elsewhere, rappers who visited LA, like Rich Homie Quan, have spoken about.
Oh, so people actually, when they check in, they actually want to go to the hood over there. They want to go somewhere over there. That they have to check in or some type of shit. And that's what's happening. So they actually want to be. They ain't going to like where you could go anywhere. But they want to go there. To that block.
About their own experiences with this kind of situation.
First time I ever went to LA, I went out there to shoot a party video with her. But they knew what time I landed. They knew what hotel I was at before I landed. Listen, bro, the first time I go out there, so Fly with TIG, Fly was like, man, we got to go pull up on Big U. So we go to Crenshaw High School, but then he got the football kids out there. So my mind fucked up. It's my first time going out there. He was like, yeah, man, we knew what time you landed. I was like, oh yeah, this shit dip. He was like, yeah, you over there, you in the hotel room, then much car in your bag, and so drive. I was like, oh yeah, this shit dip. So at the same time, I said that to say, that checking in should be real. I ain't paid no money. All he wanted me to do was just take pictures with the kids, the football kids. There be little shit like that. Like niggas be thinking, check-in, oh, you got to pay. They just want you to show the community like you're still able to be reached.
But his reach extended far beyond what you'd expect. And it wasn't just street-oriented rappers who fell under his jurisdiction. According to the paperwork, NBA players or other celebrities would need to work with and get approval in advance from Henley to ensure their safety at events in Los Angeles, such as parties, gambling games, or advertising shoots. Reportedly, these celebrities would have to seek and or pay Henley for protection and approval or face retaliation from the Big U enterprise. And when he was defied, he always looked for there to be consequences. For example, when former boxing champion Adrian Broner failed to check in and won millions from NBA players in rigged dice games, the paperwork claims that Big U directed associates to rough up AB, who had not checked in with Henley, and to get the money back from him on behalf of the cheated NBA players. Multiple members of the Rolling 60s allegedly arrived and were used to press AB. This was because in the testimony of an unnamed witness, Big U was involved and or would approve of any dice games or similar events, such as parties involving large sums of money and prominent NBA players and celebrities. But it's not like he was trying to ensure the integrity of these games. It's reported that Big U just intended to charge them $100K for the safe return of their money. But while Big U hasn't mentioned it directly, comments from Broner have since seemed to underpin that he really did make off with a fortune at one point.
They told me that you and John Wall was playing dice one time, and you caught that nigga for like 3 M's. They told me you beat John Wall in dice one time for millions. Is that fact or fiction? Because this is a reliable source that told me this too.
Listen,
this is a real nigga that told me this.
Listen, it's truth to that, but it was dice and cards.
Oh, so it was a whole day of just a day of like
it was dice and cards and
I'm disappointed if AB allow Big U to come and take his earnings that he won, take it back and they said that they jumped on him and everything like that's different, bro.
The crazy thing is John Wall is my God. That's like my God.
So all right, hold on.
I ain't really trying to go into that, but
not right now.
That was just some friendly gambler. It gets serious, but you got to think these two niggas.
If a nigga called up niggas to get their money back, that's your nigga. That's crazy.
Niggas that got the money that gamble, so it can be $250,000 a game, $1 million a game. Like, you know what I mean?
And
it get there. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's all friendly.
Right.
It's all friendly. It's just sometimes it get like that.
Alongside the fortunes he made from the check-in racket, Big U managed Mike Epps, Ving Rhames, Corrupt, and others, as well as having ties to Snoop Dogg, Daz Dillinger, and other Dog Pound members. In fact, he was
Mike Epps and Ving Rhames is crazy, for real, That's why he wanted to put Gilly under that shit. Gilly wasn't having that. Gilly was like, hell no, nigga, I fuck with Nipsey, nigga, I ain't trying to fuck with you,
was even notorious enough that Tiny Lister himself acknowledged that he was the origins of the Debo character.
I felt he felt sort of way about Nipsey Hussle because of Gilly the kid. Because he felt sort of way about Gilly because Gilly was fucking with Nipsey I'm saying Gilly fucking with Nipsey he felt sort of way, and Gilly fucking with Whack 102 he felt sort of way.
From Friday.
I pulled that from Big U. I used him as my background of how I wanted this character to be perceived. Because the whole thing about how bad this guy was is when Ice Cube pulled the gun on him, they said, what you gonna do with that? Besides make me mad. That was cold-blooded. That was it for me.
But in the view of his allies and enemies alike, he is far more powerful than his big screen counterparts. If I was to describe Big U's role in rap, he would definitely be the Godfather. Wiz Khalifa once said, "Can't do nothing without consulting him. He's the only guy who does move how he moves." Meanwhile, Wiz seemed to go out of his way to stay on Big U's good side, contributing to his community projects and keeping that connection strong. But now, like many of Big U's relationships, is being viewed through a different lens.
Wiz, what about Wiz?
Oh, Wiz Khalifa. Now that right there is one of my nephews. Yes, sir. A phenomenal brain. I think people don't give Wiz the credit he deserves for how smart and intelligent he is. He has donated for the last 5 years. He has donated every year to the organization. I think he gave us $25,000 last year for the football organization. in the terms of we bought football jerseys, uniforms.
Yeah, what the fuck? He stands on. He said Wiz Khalifa just came to the back of that, but damn, the he said he donated it all the years. Like he's staying on business. He checked in all the time.
He paid for our field. He's performed 2 times for us a year for the football program. By far, he's done far more for the Crenshaw community than any person up to date.
Wiz been paying them taxes for a long time. Extortion gang. With FBI specials claiming that he controlled Los Angeles through violence, fear, and intimidation, that reportedly even led to getting donations out of people like Shaq, Draymond Green, and others, they argued that U simultaneously attempted to create an air of legitimacy for the Big U enterprise by promoting himself as a reformed gang member focused on bettering his community. But what many people do not know is that one of the cornerstones of that attempt to make the Big U enterprise both profitable and appear above board was his management career. Most specifically, his ties to none other than Nipsey Hussle. But now, as he stands accused of killing one of his other former artists in the RICO, some of the theories surrounding his acrimonious relationship with Nip and how he responded to his death has people wondering if the narrative we're used to hearing around the Slauson legend's death is really all there is to the tale. As a fellow Rolling 60s affiliate, Big U was a natural hit for Nipsey when he set out on his career. Back when he initially began to establish himself as a rapper and focus solely on his grind, Big U actually gave Nipsey a place to crash. And at the outset, the two were thick to the point that Nip allegedly did his bidding. This brings us to the story of SKG, a woman who was raised in the Rolling 60s environment, but progressed to working in a corporate environment at a radio station. A former artist on death row in her own right, SKG had a relationship with Nip, but it didn't go sour until Big U got involved over a $500,000 project that she was placed in charge of, and handed off to U's company, Developing Options. After he refused to deliver on various plans and the cost skyrocketed, SKG and the station decided to go another route with the community project, and things went left at the office when they were confronted by Big U himself.
Throughout that, me and Big U started getting into it. We started having conflicts. We decided in the middle of the conflicts that we wasn't going to work together anymore.
Okay.
So with that being said, I was moving that money to another organization. When he found out I was moving the money to another organization, he came into the meeting that I had at my job and disrupted the whole meeting, threatened me in the meeting, disrespected me in the meeting. When he did that, my colleagues, this is a corporate establishment. It's not a hood environment. It's not a trap house. This is my job, my salary job, and I brought you to the table. But you're coming in here and you're trying to bogart and knock me out the way when I brought you in.
But Big U soon drove a wedge between her and Nipsey when the rapper set her up on the Elder Crips' behalf.
He did all that, and I closed out the meeting, and my colleagues rode with me, and he seen that. So I didn't talk to him anymore. A couple of days passed, or not even a couple of days, like a week passed, and Nipsey's calling me. He's like, sis, where you at? Where you at, sis? I need the posters. I wasn't going over to the neighborhood, to the 6Os, because I was really busy, and I'm like, Nip, I'm going to come, but I can't come right now. He has Slauson T's shop on Slauson and Crenshaw at the time. So he's like, all right, I need the posters. Him and Fats is behind the counter. And I'm like, what's up, bro? And I'm talking to him. And as I'm talking to him, I get this eerie feeling. And then I hear a slam, clack, clack. And I realized I was set up. And so...
What do you mean a slam, clack, clack?
The door slammed.
Okay.
When I turned around, Big U was there and another guy, and he just slapped me. And I grabbed my face and I'm like, what you slapped me for? And he was like, gonna embarrass me in the meeting. And then he just jumped on me.
Although she didn't go into every detail of what happened, she was clearly left traumatized by it.
And I looked at Nipsey, and him and Fats just put their head down. And I just was like,
that's crazy. That's all that for all that. And that's supposed to be a legitimate business, but who knows how it goes down.
You set me up, like I trusted you, and you set me up, had me walk into this spot for this man to beat on me, and I'm pregnant.
How far?
I'm sorry. I don't even want to. I get so mad about this, Husha. I get very upset.
Hey, Jasmine, can you bring some tissue, please?
And she even tried to out him for years when they ran into one another, with her actually being the one to get arrested.
Did you put your hands on him?
Never even seen you.
You a bully? You a bully?
I think you're a bully. I think you're bullying right now.
No, did you lock me in the spot?
I think can you call the police?
Yeah, call the police. Call them now. You can go out and press charges for what you did to me.
As dark as this was, Big U's relationship as Nip's manager persisted, even when they accidentally caught a case together over their transport on a tour where Nip was opening for the game.
And so what happened, one of my partners was on the run for 12 years, and the bus that we used was a part of the investigation. So when he was getting married, I talk about it now because he already turned himself in. So when he was getting married, I told him, man, let me use your mobile home. So we turned around and went to Sony and told Sony we got transportation. We can get on the Game tour. Because that's when we did the song with Nip and Game. It was called How We Roll. I think it was something like How We Roll. I remember that shit. The song started picking up. So Sony was like, okay, we're going to put you on the tour. So Sony give us like 90 bands. So then we cake 20 off the top, me, Steve, and Nip. And we got 70. The homie like, shit, you ain't got to give me nothing. Just get it registered and get the insurance on it. Little did we know, once we re-registered it, it put it back on the hot list. Oh. But he's been on the run 12 years. I only been home 3.
But things couldn't last when the streets and the music industry intertwined, particularly as Nip started gaining traction. As his career began to take off, Nipsey spoke of the mounting friction between him and unnamed former allies as he began to elevate.
Especially if you come from LA, or especially you come from the streets in general. And, you got a lot of people that feel entitled to your success on their time frame. Because a lot of times in my situation, I had plans to do for a lot of people that are healthy, but it just wasn't on their time frame. And I've never been one to speak about what I'm gonna do, especially if it's something generous. I don't feel like you know what I'm saying, you broadcast that. You just do it. And a lot of times people be like, damn, it's been a year. He been on for a year. I ain't got nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? Fuck this nigga. He ain't, you know what I'm saying? He Hollywood. He ain't doing nothing for me. Where, and it's an understanding on my side too. You have to understand what's going on with the way people looking at you.
Disillusioned with his former team, Nipsey claimed that he tried to rise above until he couldn't any longer.
That's not real.
I mean, if
the Fed swooped in.
I mean, if Nipsey was going through all that situation, Nipsey was actually going through that whole situation, Gigi. It gets to the point that does he come back to the hood and he's doing what he's doing, but he know he got situations occurring, or do you gotta handle the situations that you got with Big U, before you even start fucking around in the hood and shit like that? Or do you make your shit so safe, that you're protected enough, that you're good, because, I mean, you could tell the friction, you could tell where these people's, saying, willing to go, you know what I'm saying? And you could tell that they're not really business wise, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? They taking everything, they like, you know what I'm saying, petty shit, like, it gets to the point that you're gonna have to tell yourself that, is this even gonna last long?
Because, you know what I'm saying, you wanna live life in the direction of where you're going, and you wanna, the person you're trying to become, you wanna live like that today.
And over time, the tension started to bleed into Nipsey's music. He began dropping songs aimed at rolling 60s OGs like Big U, most notably in You Don't Got a Clue, where he raps lines like, I'm busy getting rich, you think I'm gonna stop for you? And also, act like they're supposed to have control over what I do. I built this on my own, and everybody knows it's true. Considering how carefully he guarded his reputation, this led to Big U demanding that Nip be disciplined. And in a now infamous story, Wack and Big U's former right-hand man, Loose Cannon, revealed how Nipsey's brother, Black Sam, squabbled up in his brother's defense. Initially, it's alleged that Big U tried to fight Nipsey, but he was too fast for the much older man.
Nipsey did the diss off. A lot of people don't know Nipsey got a Big U diss off. They don't know it.
You don't have a clue.
Right? You don't have a clue. Something like that, right? You mentioned his name and everything, right? And that's when he went out there and knocked him out. That's when Sam came.
He didn't knock. No.
Well, he said he knocked him out. He said he knocked Nip out.
No.
Sam came out busting the air. I got the call to come bail him out. Come to find out that was a play.
Yeah. So basically, let's get this straight. So Nip had an altercation with him in the studio or whatever. Big U was like, "Is this song about me?" He was like, "Yeah, it's about you." Cause
if he lied, why are you so quick to tell the lie, Like, why Wack 100 so quick to tell the lie if this nigga Loose Cannon saying he was there?
So Big U threw the water bottle at him, right? So he was like, we're gonna have to go downstairs and get down, right? So they in the middle of the street, and Nip kept just bouncing around. You get what I'm saying? Not trying to get hit or whatever, trying to fire on. So he was like, all right, cuz I'm gonna have like my little homies come because nigga, I don't have to win for this, right?
So things picked up the following day, and Black Sam didn't hesitate to do what he could to deter Big U from thinking he could extort or intimidate his brother.
TD and them came and he was just doing some bullshit or whatever like that. So they try to come. Big U tell Nip, get in the car. You gonna go on Bryanhurst and you gonna get in, right? Black Sam like, you ain't taking my brother nowhere. You get what I'm saying? And he tried to pull him out the car. When he tried to pull him out the car or whatever like that, Nip looked over and he's like, listen, long as you don't, we good.
But in the process, Sam ended up getting arrested. And the way that the cops showed up so fast had Luce claiming that Big U might have been working with them.
So he put them on his pockets. They try to rush Nip. You get what I'm saying? Like Paul's and all of them, right? And so Black Sam busts in the air. When he busts in the air, Big Useless had the police already watching. They come there 30 seconds, right? That's how
we don't even know till Black Sam and the other dude from 40s tell us when we started exposing. They said, bro, Wack, you know that night that when that thing happened, when the police came, Big U flashed something and started directing the police.
The next day, Nipsey bailed them out, leading them straight onto a private jet and into a celebratory mood.
$1 million. Excuse me. $100,000 loss. $1 million bond. On the motherfucking jet. Nigga, what you talking about? Nigga, we in Vegas. Congrats.
But even though there was some kind of confrontation, the tension didn't end there. As Nipsey's career kept rising, Big U was still seen as a lingering problem, someone who never really let go. Later,
damn, so when he was saying that there was something Big U, damn, so it was actually smoke, and that was real smoke over there. They really had some real conflict. That's different right there.
on, Black Sam spoke about how they had to protect the DJ Khaled from the whole check-in game and the so-called friendly extortion just to shoot the higher music video in Compton. And that move, well, it didn't sit well with Big U at all.
Not to get into too much detail, but there was a lot of big politics getting into certain people. You know, Hustle had DJ Khaled in the hood. Not to be speaking too much on shit, but we came frontline like we always do. And, you know, niggas gonna know we gonna crash out behind it. We not playing. Ain't nobody saying nothing to Khaled. Ain't nobody doing nothing to Khaled. And he's straight. And Hustle frontline that. And, you know, we felt like certain people didn't like that. And did the video. Khaled got out of there perfect and smooth. And, you know, we appreciated Khaled for showing up and coming to the hood and doing the video. And we knew that this was going to be one of them one.
However, that video wouldn't even be released until after Nipsey's tragic passing on March 19th, 2019. And while the general belief is that Eric Holder, a Rolling 60s Crip in his own right, killed Nip over an argument stemming from snitch allegations, not everyone has been so convinced. Particularly as not only did Nipsey and Big U never patch things up before his passing, but there have been regular accusations that he was the man who set it up. And if you need to know anything about Big U's power in LA, just look at the body language and refusal to probe further from LA molded individuals like AD and T-Rel when they questioned him on it.
We was just in every video. Like how we was beefing when all his songs, every album he put out, since we had the so-called altercation, he shouted me out. He got the goddamn keys to the city. Like what? Did he say, I want to be Big U? Oh no, what did he say? Big U, like J Prince and Big Draws. And then, I mean, like, what did he say? He shot me out of every song. But you got to figure that's not going to make no sense, though. Because people make money. You know how much people money?
No one want to be like you, Big U. Like, Nipsey don't want to be like you. You don't know how to rap. He wants to rap.
People made off of saying that. The president wrote a letter to the Nip family. And they vowed to find all who had involvement with it. What the would I still be doing here?
Right.
So it was like, then I'm like, but like you said, when people who don't like you can use that against you. And I told my homies, I said, look, pay attention, bro. And I go to people, and I'm like, it's a whole side of LA that don't like us. They supposed to diss me.
But audiences were less convinced, claiming that Big U had nothing to lose and everything to gain from Nipsey's passing. Big U wasn't getting these interviews like this when Nip was around. He definitely had a hand in that hit. Go back and look at the mockery on his live where he read a comment saying, "Justice for Nip," and looked back at his homie and started laughing. Big U was definitely trying to capitalize off Nip. And if you're wondering, yes, that incident on live really happened, and it has to be seen to be believed.
Justice for them.
Your boy would have been there like, yeah,
You did. You did. They waiting on the interview.
But commentators are far from the only ones beating this drum. In several interviews, Charleston White has detailed his belief that there were active gang politics when he started to outgrow the crew.
Homie, they killed Nip too. Let's not forget, homie, they killed Nipsey Hussle. Eric Holder was not a lone actor in that. If you go back and follow the details, Nip and Big U got into it. Big U hit Nip daddy across the head with a bat. His brother had to come out and shoot the gun. Hey, y'all get out. Say, Nip, come on, nigga, we finna come beat you because I don't want to pay that $20,000. You say it's over this equipment, but the white folks is pulling me away from the set. I met a Jewish white boy on the front row at the Los Angeles Lakers ball game. Me and this white boy getting drunk. We started talking business idea. This white boy see I'm a sharp nigga. This white boy pulled me into business ventures, the vector sector, right? So now I'm being expanded, but now they pulling me away from the set. The set have made it known nobody's bigger than the set. Nobody's bigger than the program.
And while so much has transpired between Nip and Big U, Charleston feels there was no bigger contributing factor in his passing than Nipsey flourishing and sparking jealousy among his would-be superiors in the gang and refusing to fall in line and pay dues.
And all the other big homies and the OGs in the hood, they standing in front of Nip shit. They standing on the street corners. When Nip pull up in that fucking platinum Jaguar, he pull up in that fucking platinum Jaguar, nigga, them fresh ass Puma with all them goddamn chains on, and then he opened up the door. He got a Hollywood coming up out of there, London Lauren, one of the baddest Hollywood we done seen. When the little homies see Nip pull up, do you think they gonna stay here and talk to the big homies, Big U and them? They gonna make an about face and say, y'all, there go Nip, and they gonna run away from the big homies. As all the excitement going to Nip, all the brawls, everybody in the store, what you think the big homies sitting back saying? Now Nip is growing. Nip that Monday had a meeting with the LA County, with the LA Police Departments on gang intervention program before he come up dead. So now Nip and Big U done fell out over $20,000 worth of equipment. So they say, but it's really over $20,000 nigga extortion fee to pay for protection. Yeah, Nip was being extorted too. He had to pay for protection. That's why they got that video of him that Whack 100 say they got of him.
While Charleston is about as removed from the 60s set as you can get, there are some involved in that world who have suggested Big U knew more than he let on. In fact, in the wake of the indictment, No Jumper has since deleted a video where Loose Cannon suggested that Big U knew he'd been killed prior to it happening.
So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, sick, so I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey and I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone and I was like, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that.
Did you tell him the call you just got? Or you didn't even mention it?
I didn't mention it. And that's what me up because my cousin is Nipsey baby mama. You get what I'm saying? So it was like I could have probably stopped it or it had it.
Stop what? What you mean? That you talking about?
No, because listen. So after I talked to Nipsey and I was like, yeah, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that. I'll see you later or whatever. So I hung up the phone. I thought Big U gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey.
In his opinion, this was a premature call when he knew what was really about to happen.
The homie Shitty double back 3 times. You get what I'm saying? And first he shot him, boom, go into the alley, came back and shot him, boom. It wasn't good enough. And then he came back and he shot him again. But now it's like
how did he know?
Yeah, no, but
that's crazy.
It's deep. So it's like I don't know who to trust.
Now let me ask you a question. I heard this. I don't know how true it is. I heard that Shitty and Nipsey had a fight.
Yeah, they had. They had a fight like a week before that. When they had a fight, you know, Shitty ain't known for fighting.
Yeah, not at all.
He known for doing the other things. So at the end of the day, it's like Nipsey beat him up. Nipsey is what's like 6'4", 6'5". Shitty is like 5'5", 5'6". You get what I'm saying? Like frails. Like.
But as damning as this seems, his alleged involvement in the killing of Nipsey isn't even one of the killings that may put him behind bars.
Yeah, that's
this time, he may never get back out again. In the indictment,
and that's why you gotta watch it, Dada, because it's like, yo, Dada, when you fuck around with the gang culture, right, Dada, it like they make you be a bully, Dada, because you're gonna have to fight certain. You gotta fight this nigga. Oh, this nigga's 5'6", Dada, talking shit, Dada. You gotta fight that nigga, Dada, and it makes you look like a bully, Dada. But it's just like that's just regular gang culture, Dada. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't walk away, Dada. You're gonna have to scrap, Dada. So it makes you that the more you scrap, Dada, the more malice you're committing, Dada, and you're putting yourself involved in certain shit. You know what I'm saying?
Big U is accused of being involved in the killing of Rayshawn Williams, a former Crenshaw High School football star and best friend of Big U's son, LA Chargers player Dayan Henley. Referred to in the paperwork as RW, his relationship with Big U started off much like Nipsey's. He had lived with him at one point and was even signed to Big U's label, Unique Music. But things went south for Rayshawn when Big U set him up in Las Vegas at a prestigious studio to kickstart his career. Reportedly, tension began over his refusal to work as intended, with FBI agent Andrew Rusa claiming, "I believe that Rayshawn was wasting time," thereby disparaging Henley's name and the Big U Enterprise reputation, and potentially flouting that disrespect with the lyrics of the diss song led to a dispute. As we learned from Nip, dissing Big U can be a catalyst of problems, and this reportedly led to a confrontation in the studio. After that, they parted ways, and William was said to have returned to his Airbnb.
Poppin', peace and love.
Hey, what's up, man? I see you popping, man. That shit good, boy.
Yeah, hell yeah, Dada. Big U's on some different shit, Dada. So we just trying to get an aspect of everything, Dada. Because I talked to a couple Cali dudes, Dada. They was like, nah, Dada, that shit's not happening on our block, Dada. And I was
Yeah,
like,
that shit was old.
So they said the way that Big U conducting himself, Dada, is not actually happening on their. It's not actually happening on their block, Dada. That's just that's what Big U's doing over there, Dada. That's how Big U conducting himself. That it ain't happening everywhere. Everybody, Dada, won't even allow that shit to happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas would actually wipe his nose, Dada, if he was on someone else's block. It's not a situation that the whole Cali is moving like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Facts.
Airbnb to grab his belongings. But a few hours later, around 3 a.m., Big U showed up back at the studio alone, reportedly drenched in sweat. 6 hours after that, Rayshawn's body was found dumped in a ditch. While at the studio, Big U allegedly asked for the surveillance footage to be deleted. FBI agent Andrew Rusa later wrote that the footage likely showed an altercation between Henley and Williams that night. At the very least, it would have captured the two of them leaving the studio together shortly before the murder. Since then, Big U has reportedly kept his distance from Rayshawn's family, who've been demanding answers. But every time, he's dodged being questioned. And now, after giving a sample, DNA matching Big U was found under Rayshawn's fingernails, placing him even closer to the crime than he ever committed.
Whoa.
That's inaccurate. That's inaccurate. His DNA was there.
Got to be inaccurate.
Inconclusive. It was inconclusive.
When I mentioned that case where the kid, the football player, you know, it was Big U's son's best friend, played on the football team, who was living with Big U, was killed.
It's crazy, man.
And they were saying that Big U didn't show up to the funeral, never contacted the mother for any type of support, anything, just blocked her and everything, right? It was just like, damn, bro, like you always say if you know anything about these gang murders to give you the information. But when the football player is the best friend of your son who was living with you turns up dead, you don't want nothing to do with nothing.
Shout out to you, DJ. Shout out to you, Dada.
Right. So the news came out today, this morning. The mother said that Big U has been denying to give his DNA. So they had to send a warrant to get Big U's DNA. You want to take a wild guess whose DNA came back on his son? Big U, Eugene Miller's DNA came back on her son's fingernails.
Apparently, the result was inconclusive,
so
but he couldn't be excluded.
Ooh.
But with everything else that stacked up against him, it's certainly not going to help. And neither is the fact that some of the other men that have been captured as part of Operation Drawdown have been running their mouths for years now. First up, there's Loose Cannon's rise to prominence online. Currently jammed up alongside Big U and others, he once was tight with him. But the disharmony between them came from the robbery of Meek Mill and extortion of Rick Ross, where the money didn't add up.
When I did that to Meek Mills and Rick Ross.
What'd you do to that?
So,
the club, when you sweated them in the club?
Yeah,
Dude, and Meek and Rick
Hey,
have no
GG.
idea that Draw sent you at him.
No,
Hey,
yeah,
GG.
you sent that because I called.
Hey, GG.
After rising up as a
Hey, you know what I peep? I understand now. I understand now. Now I understand. I understand. Because every time he tell a story, he say he did it. You know what? You know what? I know what he did. He probably, I don't know. Because he always claiming shit. It's like he got immunity to say that shit. You can't say that what you did, bro. You can't say what you did, bro. Come on, bro. You can't say what you did, bro.
You feel like Loose Cannon got immunity?
It's something going on, GG.
That's what you're feeling?
It's something going on. You can't do that, GG.
That's a fact. Well,
You can't do that what he got going on, GG. He confessing too much shit all the time, GG.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
This was tight with him, but the disharmony between them came from the robbery of Meek Mill and an extortion of Rick Ross, where the money didn't add up.
When I did that to Meek Mills and Rick Ross.
What'd you do to them?
So,
the club when you sweated them in the club.
Yeah.
Dude, and Meek and Rick have no idea that Draw sent you at him.
No, yeah, they sent that because I called Ross. I'm like, Ross,
Boy, this
drop
shit
off
get crazy.
Drop off the 50,000, and we're gonna let Meek live.
That's crazy. The daughter. Look how Whack 100 smiling. The daughter just implicated Big U. Meek Mills and Rick Ross don't got no idea that Draw sent you out. So he's saying that Draw sent them out. The daughter.
I'm telling you, I'm talking about just egging that shit on, egging that confession on. He loving that confession, dog.
On Crib. So Ross dropped off the 50,000, and so me and the homies we go back. He stopped answering the phone.
From there, he has been continually coming at him, claiming that not only his former boss was involved in the killing of Nip, but that Big U was giving out guns to 60s members and was taking down the serial numbers. Since then, the feds have tapped their phones, revealing that they were setting up plugs and pulling a whole host of scams. But it turns out that was basically unnecessary when he continually made comments online that basically could have got him indicted on their own.
We go and do something, and the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to, counting everything, right? And we be like, how the they get that? Oh, well, we're gonna just give them like $40,000 back and stuff like that. But cuz it's actually putting us in paperwork, right? And like doing like real police. I seen you get like 20 guns, and when you got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies. But I'm like, why are you writing down the serial numbers? So it's like he was doing like shit like that.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. The Big U, being as scandalous that he is, he was making everybody around him scandalous. It was like, yo, it's like move. It's like niggas watching how niggas move. Niggas be snaking niggas, so niggas be snakes out there sometimes too. It's just the way that they follow the program.
But wait, right? You're right about that. I'm not taking that for Big U. But how many loose cannons do we got? Because we ain't got a lot of loose cannons, then I can't really vouch for that.
How many loose cannons?
We gotta have 20 to 30 loose cannons that talk just like loose cannon to say that Big U is what he's saying. He just can't speak on Big U. Give me 20 people that speak just like loose cannon, then we'll say that.
I Brick Baby, Whack 100.
Them niggas just don't count. They don't count.
But we gonna start naming. You know what I'm saying? So that's 3 so far.
I'm talking about the surprise. Oh, listen, the surprise people that's gonna come fuck him up. The people that's gonna come fuck him up. Like where those 20 people at?
Hold on, Black Sam. So you start coming. That's 4. Black Sam. The girl that got smacked by him. That's 5. The mom. That's 6. The mom from Rayshawn.
I ain't talking about none. Listen, none of the people that's playing with him on the case. I ain't tripping on them. I'm talking about for real. Like I'm talking about society, man. Fuck them, man. I ain't talking about that.
Fuck yeah.
I ain't talking about that.
It's crazy that you can start naming a list though.
Man, you finna stop
catch on. So it was like,
what you say?
You was gonna stop at 6, man.
Nah, we can keep going. We can keep going. Fuck yeah.
You gonna stop at 6, man.
Nah, we can keep going. I think that's off the top. We can keep going. Sandman, fucking get fucking. Oh, there's a bunch of people.
I'm waking up now. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm his right hand man. You get what I'm saying?
And with the benefit of hindsight, people can't believe that he ran his mouth like that. These are some of the slowest criminals on planet Earth. These people get on camera and tell it all. Wow. The same goes for Brick Baby. Now known as a host on No Jumper, this 60s Crip has been less than discreet about his past and present. In fact, he first got on the feds' radar when he threatened Charleston White and claimed he had a dime on his head.
Okay. Yeah. So he was in Houston at the time when he did that, and this was kind of like around the time I can take off now.
Big Baby just a big ass troll, Big Baby ain't about nothing. He's a wannabe everything that he be claiming to be saying in his stories, That's one thing for sure. Big Baby's a different type of individual,
They got killed. So yeah, I contacted Houston Police Department. Then I contacted LA County Police Department as well as the FBI because I wanted to be documented.
They said, I know niggas and the LA culture, that said, they ain't never get DP the day in their motherfucking life, That shit don't be fucking happening every set, That shit ain't happening all over the place, They ain't letting motherfuckers put hands on them, just because they older. But it happens like that when people got stripes and shit like that. And they said that they don't mind niggas like Brick Baby around, because Brick Baby, if he pay for his stripes, he gonna have to keep paying for his stripes. You know what I'm saying? That's just what he's doing, When people pay for certain shit, so they paying for their stripes, so that means that they gotta pay for their shit. But there's niggas in gang coaches that said they never got DP the day in their motherfucking life, nigga, because their uncles was part of it, or their dads was part of it, and they was born into that shit, and they ain't getting touched. Motherfuckers ain't telling them what to do. Niggas they ain't extorting them to be part of the block. That shit like they said, whatever's happening over there, it's happening over there. That's what's happening over there. But they ain't coming over there with the bullshit. That's why it's happening over there, You know what I'm saying?
So listen, so all jokes to aside, nigga, Brick Baby was just like motherfucking Fight Crib. What you mean, huh? He was just like Fight Crib. Always getting DP'd, always in some stupid shit, always talking crazy.
I can't say he's like Five. I can't say he's like Crip Mac. I can't say Brick Baby's like Crip Mac. You know what I'm saying?
In his own lane, he is. Listen, Crip Mac is in his lane. He got his personality. Brick Baby in his lane got his personality. They both be going through stupid shit. What you mean? I don't get it.
But Brick Baby, he's paying to be part of a set, Crip Mac more or less, he's from that set over there, and that set's is over there, Brick Baby's over here getting extorted and shit like that, Brick Baby, Crip Mac ain't robbing niggas, you know what I'm saying? Crip Mac ain't
so Brick Baby ain't original Crip then. That's what you're trying to tell me?
I'm not trying to tell you that, I told you that he paid for his stripes.
He paid to be a Crip?
I don't know what that means. Whatever that means, that's what I'm saying. He paid for his stripes. Brick Baby paid for the stripes. He's paying for his stripes. He paid to be whatever the case may be, like he's paying for his stripes. You could be in the hood.
But to who though? One person or a lot of people?
To who?
I say who he paying his stripes to? Everybody or just Big U?
Big U, that's it. That's it. There's only Big U. Big U, whoever the pig got a big U, yeah, Big U. Gotta be Big U.
I don't know. I just feel like Big U is who he is, but it's still bigger than Big U, man. Big U just a part of the program. He ain't the program. Trust me.
But yeah, Big U was the program. Big U was the program and his section. And his section was getting handled how he wanted to handle it. But I'm trying to tell you that all Cali members ain't allowing people to conduct themselves like that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's it. Like, niggas ain't actually letting Big U stand on. They're not allowing Big U to handle itself. They handle themselves like that in front of them.
You know, just in case I run across a Brick Baby and I got to shoot him. I heard him. So yeah, I was setting the stage for a self-defense case.
Then there was his alleged role in the killing of Lil Pop. the cousin of Quando Rondo, who was shot and killed in apparent revenge over Lil Durk. Alleged to be the unnamed fourth co-conspirator listed in Durk's own RICO indictment, Brick Baby initially denied this.
So they said that I, or co-conspirator number 4, I'm the one that provided the location to
Lil Durk, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, nah. You know what I mean? Like, I know it looks, I wouldn't be right here doing all this first and foremost if I was co-conspirator number 4.
But not everyone bought it. Brick Baby out here doing damage control. Sometimes when you talk too much, you usually talk yourself into a life sentence. Brick Baby's energy changed when he heard Lil Durk's name. But then he went on a spree of incriminating himself.
All the guys that came in on the big plane, rooms at the Sheraton Universal Hotel, using a credit card in Durk's name.
Maybe Durk wasn't talking to them about.
Hey, listen,
that's what I said. Listen,
innocent until proven
like,
guilty.
Man, don't book nothing in my name, bro, because y'all stay smoking and shit. Then I can't go to the hotels.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
All right.
All the while, he was aware that he was on the law enforcement radar, claiming that he was unsubtly monitored for months afterwards. Then there was the track Not Enough, where he actively alluded to
And the crazy part is that if he was on the radar, this thing helped implicating yourself in a bunch of bullshit that you have nothing to do with. So you just
Not at all. Not
this
at all.
thing, man.
He just fucked it all.
Eyes just got wider. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact.
involvement in a murder for hire case, spitting, last one we turned into a pack, we got 1 million plus. Big U seemed to allude to it too.
The youngsters get out and then they have to have an experience before they realize I should have checked in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or I should have called, or I should have been moving a certain way. And so they get out and they might be under your banner, but then they not respecting the banner. They ain't calling you. They got your number. They know who you is, but they feel like they bigger than the program. You know, and you got a lot of dudes, like when I was here last time, that claim my neighborhood.
And at the end of the day, I gotta respect Quando Rondo for not checking in, because look, you check in, you check in with this nigga, your life might be in danger because he might be fucking with the ops, Now you checked in with a nigga who actually fucks with the other dude, and guess what, nigga? A bag's gonna speak. For him.
Yeah.
Just in this music shit, but they don't really fuck with us until it's a problem. Then they call it. Like Quando Rondo. I just showed Envy. Like, you can't call me now. You can't call me when the fire hot. You didn't fuck with me before that.
Now, Brick Baby is behind bars too, and in hindsight, it's starting to look like he made his own bed. As a result, there's little to no sympathy for him among the LA podcast scene, which has done nothing but worsen the situation.
For that shit with the boy, nigga, who got killed in the gas station. Nigga.
Whoa. We don't know what you're talking about, brother.
You ain't gotta know. It's public knowledge. They took his phone. Whacking them already talked about it. All I'm doing is narrating on something that's already in the blogs. So yeah, let me run my content anyway. You remember that shit?
Yeah, let's smack at the floor.
You remember he said that shit
cool.
about? All right then, shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing if you cool. Look, remember he said that shit about the boy Dirt. They can't say go kill for Vaughn no more. Oh, this shit came back on your bitch. You ran your mouth too much, and now look what happened.
And as it turns out, that's a massive part of the reason
James?
why we're at
Salute,
where we are
James.
right
Salute,
now.
bro.
Because without these gangsters refusing to move in silence, then the evidence might not be looking nearly as compelling as it is now.
Big U trial ain't starting no time soon, probably start a year or two.
Hell no. Hey, just like Kev said, it's gonna be a minute, boy. They collecting, they trying to fill their garbage bag up. For real, they ain't playing.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
Now, according to the incident, those LA podcasts were monitored exclusively in the lead up to the feds making their move.
And he has since been a fixture on the internet, talk shows, and podcasts. All things that law enforcement have looked at closely as part of this investigation. He has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur.
And sadly for many of those who are now locked up, such as Loose Cannon and Brick Baby, they are addicted to the content cycle. They even prefaced what was going to happen in real time.
We filed a report with the feds in LA, along with the LA County Police. I swear to God, I'm telling you the honest to God truth, this is what I did. So as a self-proclaimed gang leader, gang member, who has ties to one of the most notorious gangs in this state, in this country, he's now going around telling all the gang information. They see the feds see he got a loose lip, so he may give up some information.
And in Loose Cannon's case, he's still literally calling up shows from jail.
I'm doing good. Everything is perfect. Taking one day at a time. You get what I'm saying? So I'm doing the best I can under these conditions. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Making sure that it's free everybody that's on the case. Everybody is taking and trying to make the best out of it. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to my head down or anything like that. I'm going to stay strong. I got a strong team. I got
So I'm telling you, hey, listen, I'm telling this man acting like this case.
Everybody whack.
What you say? They said there ain't enough. They said that it's not enough information, GG. It's not enough information. They need more information, GG. So he's still running contact. He's still running contact, GG. He's still letting them know what's going on.
Oh, he just makes it a piece of cake, bro.
It's on everybody that's supporting.
Meanwhile, the individuals that platform this content, such as Adam22, are taking no accountability for the way the platform encourages people to talk about the streets as their main selling point.
You know what I do? I put people in position, put them on the podcast, give them jobs, help them make legal money. A lot of the shit that people are getting caught up, especially with Break, it's like, I'm not seeing anything that says anything about stuff that he's done in the last 2 years since he's been with us, right? So, you know, end of the day, I do employ people from the streets. And I guess, you know, people from the streets sometimes get caught up in federal RICO indictments, whatever. And all I can say is that, yes, I may crack a joke here and there. I'm sorry, that's just my sick sense of humor. But end of the day, that's my boy. I'm standing with him. Loose, I got love for Loose too. We're going to be documenting this whole thing, helping him along the way, whatever it is. So anybody acting like this is because of No Jumper, no Jumper.
Crazy part is that he wanted to be documented this whole thing. He wanted to just say that his boys so he could document the whole thing. He don't give a fuck about them being his boy or anything like that. But he want to say, yo, I might crack a joke or something like that. Nah, we gonna watch the jokes that you crack them, Dada. That's what we gonna do, them, Dada.
He just happy he got first hand content, bro. You know what I'm saying? He know that Brick them gonna give him first hand content. People in the street ain't gonna know more than Adam know. Adam gonna know so much goddamn business, man. It's a shame, man.
No, but they're not fucking with him right now, so it is what it is.
Who not fucking with him?
Brick Baby and Loose Cannon ain't fucking with him. They say Adam ain't picking up. Adam haven't been picking up. They're not fucking with him. Yeah, they haven't been talking to him. They're not
I think they just saying that so the people start fucking with Adam. But you already just said.
No, that's why they went to DJ Academics platform and was talking to DJ Academics.
Oh, for real? To my Brick Baby and Loose Cannon?
Yeah.
They gave him the content?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm just talking then. What the fuck?
That's a fact.
This shit bone greasy.
That's a fact.
Was the antidote to this book.
However, does that hold weight when it's these comments from people like Brick Baby that are always sure to go viral?
I got more murders than you got squabbles in the hood and homies. Yeah, those than you got squabbles in the set. On the hood, hey, I got. Can you give us like at least 2 names from your put on and what block? I ain't never seen you at no meeting at Hyde Park, Horseman, or at 54th. When did you get put on? When did you get put on? I got put on in 2002. I got put out in 2002, Eileen Street at June House. What's up? Yeah, dead on me. So when you get put on? No, you haven't, bro. You been in man, cuz nobody was a part of my put on. They was a part of my put on.
And this nigga, the same nigga, Shitty. They would call him Shitty, Dundada. They put you on and called you Shitty, Dundada. That shit different. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that disrespect, Dundada. But this is the same person who's getting extorted by his big homie, Dundada. And niggas like, yo, that shit ain't happening, nigga. That's only happening.
He's so proud. He's so proud. He's so proud to tell that business. Like, come on, bro. You ain't have to stress that out. How you know all that and who the name and where you was at. Because if all that shit real accurate, you just made paperwork, dude. You just gave up straight paperwork for them people to put down by saying all that shit. Huh?
That's a fact. There's a big U trial day is May 20th. Alright. Bet that. Good looks, James.
Recently exposed Big U has been extorting
him this whole time. She said one night Corrupt made the girls all pause when Big U beat him so bad he started calling out names. But Corrupt is not the only one he's legally extorting. When I say legally, even though it's illegal, I'm talking about donations through developing options. Because in the RICO indictment, it exposes Big U take the donations and transfer them directly to his personal account. See, he used developing options as a front cover. And if you're a celebrity and come across his path, you better believe he's gonna have a charity set up just for you. And if you don't donate, you don't see the inspiration for the character Debo come out.
People who know me know I'm hard on people who so-called made it and not giving back. If you can go to the club and spend $80,000 on bottles, and you can spend $10,000 to go in the club, but you haven't done
Chris Brown
to help the neighborhood. You know, this young man just gave out 500 pair of tennis shoes.
Hold up, let's do the math. 500 pairs of tennis shoes.
Look at Chris Brown, Dada.
Yeah.
He's like, Chris Brown's sad, first of all, and Chris Brown's looking like Big U like, this nigga's stupid. What the fuck he's talking about? We spent $80,000 on bottles, nigga. When we come through, nigga, they give us free bottles, nigga. They give us everything for free, Dada, till you even come to their fucking club, nigga. You don't even know that shit, Dada. What type of artist you think this nigga is, Dada? Some simple ass underground artist, nigga? Hell no, nigga. Like, they give his shit for free. And the 500 fucking sneakers he gave you, Dada, guess what? He's sponsored by a sneaker company. And he gave you that shit for free. They gave him that shit for free too, Dada. Like, you gotta be more aware of situations, bro. But Big U just claims.
Yeah, he definitely playing.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch. That's a nigga who's watching your pocket, Dada, watching your pockets. Like, you think I'm spending $80,000 every time I go to the club?
You just said it, Juju. That's for the people that made it successful, made it and they gave it back. And you know what I'm saying? Say, why you work? How you tell what the people at the foot to do with their money, man? That's crazy, man.
Let's say it's $100 a pair. That's a $50,000 donation.
And he about to give out another 500 pair of tennis shoes.
Man, the look on Chris Brown's face, you can tell Big U just came up with that, and this is the first time he hearing it. Chris said, "Is Big U on the flow? If he is, let him know so he could run it." And he's been a Pyru ever since. And Big U does not discriminate. If you are rolling 60s, you automatically gonna get targeted. But if you're in LA,
because Big U thinks that it's okay, Dada. Big U be acting like he conducting business, Dada. Then you want to tell the world, Dada, act like you're bullying niggas so they could join up, Dada. Chris Brown's like, what the fuck, nigga? I'm coming over here. You ain't never seen another big blood nigga, Dada, hanging with Chris Brown. Yeah, whack sometimes or whatever the case may be or this and that, but niggas ain't actually saying what you saying, nigga. Put them on the side of them so they could look like they belittled or they little niggas or whatever the case has to be.
That's what he got. Chris Brown ain't even have to really bow down to him, man. Chris Brown too powerful.
So he's like, what the fuck? Yo, why the fuck he just do that? Different.
at a celebrity event, don't look him in his eyes. See right here, Ludacris is trying his best. Luda, when he look away, roll out. Because you seen what happened to Tip. He's been extorting him so long, he probably thought whatever you like was written for him.
Oh, shit, I can't.
So you just refusing to pay your bill?
Yeah, I'm gonna pay you. I'm just not gonna allow you to videotape me as I pay you. I would not sign a release for any of the footage you're trying to fix.
And you know he caught Wiz Khalifa too. I bet you he wish.
You see the data? You see the data?
Yeah,
that nigga trying to record that nigga. He's different.
Is he never see Big U again?
Wiz Khalifa too. He been playing for 5 years straight.
15 more.
He was playing for 5 years straight.
One thing LA loves is making the out of town celebrity do push-ups. This.
Yeah.
He's from Pittsburgh. He's from Pittsburgh, ain't he?
Yeah. But he been playing for 5 years straight. He's playing for 5 years straight, GG.
The funniest shit to me. See, Nipsey already caught on to Big U. Every time he ran into Big U, he turned around and kept it rolling. Neighborhood stupid. See, Big U is persistent. He love making celebrities feel bad if they don't donate, and he won't stop until they give in.
Cause you know he always be. Cause you know he always be. Cause you know he always be. I'ma support you, baby. I'ma support you. I'ma support
you. And Big U is.
But he's a father figure. He's a man of the community. He has donated for the last 5 years. He has donated every year to the organization. He I think he gave us $25,000 last year for the football organization. In the terms of we bought football jerseys, uniforms. He paid for our field. He's performed 2 times for us a year for the football program.
So is he lying or that's the truth?
By far, he's done far more for the Crenshaw community.
What you mean? It's the truth, though. That's what Wiz Khalifa did for Big U, or for whatever the case may be.
Oh,
Than any person up to date.
Man, TS BS. Discrediting everything Nipsey done for the community just because Wiz donated to your pockets more? I bet that's how he got to Nip. And once he do, oh man, this is when he become most creative. He'll come up with a charity event for any reason. Hey, and remember, he was bragging about giving Nip his only award.
And all of them. And I'm the only one to give him an award.
Man, by the way Big U made it sound, I thought they was honoring Nipsey like he was the man of the show.
And who gave him his only award? Living. How we beefing?
That's right.
Party, I was doing a award show. Nip, I'm finna honor you. I'm the one who gave him that.
Big Draws forgot to mention he gave an award to anybody that donated. And Wiz got a higher award than Nipsey. And I think he used the name generator. Look at what Corrupt got, a Keep It Hood award. What's even crazier is he saved the best awards for himself. And he got 3 of them. Big U got the Uncle of the Century award, along with the Coach of the Century Heisman. And he also got the Most Valuable Uncle award. Oh, nah, Big U different. How you sweep at your own award show? And Big U think everybody's slow but him. He'll take the donations and do the bare minimum. Rent out a hall, decorate the tables, provide some...
That's different right there, Dada. You putting out awards, bro, and the dude that's from your fucking neighborhood, Dada, you put him underneath Wiz Khalifa, because that's different. Then your ass is over here took more awards than everybody else, Dada. That's different.
Yeah, he was tripping, man. He was bugging out. Like he really was sloppy then. He wasn't all as sharp as people think he was.
Yeah, that shows his character. That shows his fucking character, Dada. And everybody who came to a award show had to donate. That's different. Damn, Dada. What the fuck?
Food, have one of the homies perform for free, give out Keep It Hood awards, and collect the bag. Then he act like he spent a lot of his own money, so he can keep asking for more. And when Nipsey finally came back, he kept trying to run that play.
This is for the bag. This is the squad. This is for the bag. You come looking for this bag, you gotta come through with this bag.
But look at the caption though. Crenshaw Rams taking all fades. We got the bag from Nipsey Hussle and we ready to trip cause BS got that new drip. And he said it was $150 fee per person. That's a high ass fee. But hold on though, Nip. We gotta eat too.
Whole lot of money, whole lot of time, whole lot of fun. And it's all I can get.
TSBS.
When I'm in paintballing. I mean, all over the country. I ain't eating none of that. Crenshaw Rams, baby. We're gonna drip all summer long.
Now me.
We're planning our next bank.
Damn, already?
I think we're gonna do the 70s gangsters twist. I'm coming as Bumpy Johnson.
The uncle said he wanted to throw a developing options charity banquet with a 70s gangster twist where he's coming as Bumpy Johnson. Man, the same one that flourished because he was a master at robbery, extortion, and pimping? Nah, LA, this is your ARAB for sure.
We had all the kids in the 70s outfit.
For what?
Maybe.
And look at the caption though. In my free time with these babies and younger people, I love to put a smile on their face. Shoot, I'm gonna need a loan now. This Crenshaw fund is killing my pockets. I have to say thank you, Nipsey Hussle, for making these last 2 weekends happen for the team. Your money is working for the kids. We have one more weekend. When can you come? So Nipsey paid for 3 weekends. And he's already announcing the next banquet. Man, no matter how much Nip give, it's just never enough. I think Nip finally told Big U this developing options donation marathon is over. The course is done.
It's not that, Dada, more or less, Dada, it's the way he's conducting himself and want to act like he's bully. He want to act like he's bullying shit, GG, Dada. So he could.
No, he acting like he representing Nip Money. You know what I'm saying? He acting like he representing Nip Money, and he doing, you know, this what we doing through Nip Money, and he usually talking about, oh yeah, it's all through Nip. So it's like Nip got hot, and he just leeching off Nip, talking about it's a part of what Nip Money doing. So he was really just like freeloading. He was freeloading, but at the same time, like trying to, you know, really just like promote Nip Money. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's all Nip Money. Yeah, we know it's all Nip Money. What you doing though?
He'll go to you, Dada, right? With a sob story, Dada, make, and you be like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna give you some money, and then you give him some money, and then he'll take a picture with you, like, oh yeah, he just checked in, Dada. This is like, what, nigga, calm the fuck down, Dada. I'm helping you, Dada. You said you needed help, so I'm helping you. But if I help you, you try to make it look the opposite way, Dada.
The next month, Big U's attitude changed completely.
Because you made it don't mean you made it. You know what I mean? Keep it 100. I'm gonna give you this message, real talk. I watched it lose $1 billion. I love my brother Suge Knight. I watched him travel the country. I love all the artists that have been rich and travel the country. I watched motherfuckers come and go in this business. I watched get bags, hit houses, get $1 million and be broke. I watched motherfuckers make 15, 16 million and be broke. What you need to do is be careful who you stepping on your way up. In a what they say, early rise, early to get tired. Why niggas you working?
And that's the problem, Dada. You give a nigga something, Dada, and then when you say no, Dada, they feel like you stepping on them. What about when I was giving you something, Dada? Nah, I'm saying no, I'm stepping on you. Come on, bro.
Yeah, he acting like he was Nipsey War Daddy or some shit, man.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's a fact.
And fully getting it. Self-preservation don't happen in one minute or one decision. It's hard work. It come fast. It gonna go.
You can tell Big U get jealous easily, and dropping this pic ain't help either. It looked like it's nothing but millionaires and billionaires. I mean, I could tell Big U was hating, because only 3 months after this, he was tripping on Nipsey bringing Khaled to the hood, even after all those donations.
You know, not to get into too much detail, but there was a lot of big politics getting into certain people. You know, Hustle had DJ Khaled in the hood. Not to be speaking too much on shit, but we came frontline like we always do. And, you know, niggas gonna know we gonna crash out behind it. We not playing. Ain't nobody saying nothing to Khaled. Ain't nobody doing nothing to Khaled. And he's straight. And Hustle frontline that. And, you know, we felt like.
Yeah, you know he went through some shit, Dada, to frontline that, Dada, because look at his aura, Dada. He's over here, you know what I'm saying? So
that shit crazy, man. I told you them politics, dog. That shit so racist is against your own kind. That shit just fucked up, bro. It's fucked up, bro. Man, I gave all that money up. You mean to tell me he can't come chill with a star? He on star time. He not on gangster time. He on star time. You see what I'm saying? Like how he can't come and chill on star time with somebody that's a mogul or whatever, and you niggas speaking on it. Y'all can't speak on that. He not on gangster shit. Why the fuck is y'all bringing gangster shit on a regular civilian? You know what I'm saying? Making it seem like he on some other shit, like bringing his hood and disrespecting y'all. How? This is a superstar. The fuck?
Yeah, facts.
Superstar ain't even good.
That's a fact.
Certain people didn't like that.
Sam, we know it's anybody killer. You don't gotta hide it no more. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Crenshaw, something really wrong with Big U. This man's not right in the head. But hey, hell of an actor though. He tell all his lies with a straight face. Check out this line of Big U begging for donations after Nipsey died. And in the name of Nipsey. And he's telling people don't buy from the marathon store because it's not helping the kids.
I just put up a post a couple of days ago. Talking about how we trying to get all these young brothers and sisters prom dresses and prom dresses, shirts and all suits and all that. Ain't none of these celebrities came in support. Ain't none of these fake ass bourgeoisie that was just hollering Nip name, offered to do nothing. You know, we got a couple of people that's coming to the top. Their hair is done, their makeup done, and all that. This is what I did on my own. No, let me take that back. Elliot Grains helped us, and
They must have heard something from the grapevine, and you a different type of individual, so you could just sit there, and try to fucking come at people for not supporting Nipsey Hussle. Are you supporting Nipsey Hussle? If the money goes to you, are you gonna be supporting Nipsey Hussle, nigga? That's the problem.
Here's Elliot Grains and P from WAC helped too. Shouts out to WAC 100. He helped too. A couple people helped with the giveaway for the suits. You know what I mean?
How much money do
But
you
right
want?
now, we're trying to do the same thing for the kids at the high school. Shit them off the prom. But ain't none of these celebrities coming out to help.
4 or 5.
You know what I mean? We got all these people. They came up, you know, they really was just cloud chasing on my little kid name. You know? You want to wear Crenshaw across your chest, but that's not going to the kids. That's ownership. That's going to their business, to the marathon store. That money don't go to the kids at Crenshaw. You want to help the kids at Crenshaw, you got to do something that's directly help the kids at Crenshaw. Help this community, you got to do that.
It's helping you. Man, y'all let Big U be an activist extortionist. And he old as hell. He be moving like it's still the 80s. I mean, you could play with the man if you want to, but if you say no to his checking in, it could get spooky. R.I.P. PNB Rock, but he thought he didn't have to check in. He thought his own protection was good enough.
2 different times before Roddy Ricch was even like super heavy. It was like, damn, bro, you just came out here like it was me and him. Me and him went to the projects. He like, bro, like you ain't got no security and none of that. And it's like, bro, I got security, but I don't got security. You feel me? Like, I be on my too, you feel me?
And what was shocking was that Luce exposed that Luce and Big U was there for PNB Rock's murder robbery.
It was like super messed up because at the end of the day, it was me and Big Useless in there when it happened.
Damn, well, that nigga that kept saying that.
When it happened, I wish I could have just told him, like, bro, just give up the jury.
He got a lot of wishes. He wished he could have told Nipsey Hussle that niggas just told him that he was dead, and now he wished he could have told PNB Rock that this is crazy, yo, Loose Cannon does not put himself in mad situations about it. He's tweaking, bro. He's tweaking up.
And we get it back to you later, but it just happened so fast, and he wasn't cooperating, and that's when they took it off of him by force. You get what I'm saying? Give it up and then check in with the real people. So we're going to find a jury and we're going to get it because we know all the pawn shops, we know all the people that's going to melt it down and everything like that. So as soon as it comes on their table, we got it. Okay, get it, go in that back room, make that phone call, put them on the phone.
And he caught T.I.'s son there one day. Man, Big U said he's here so often, it's like the activist extortionist office. He said, get your ass out of here before our Cardinals don't get paid.
Well, Tip's son. He got Tip's son. Okay. And they on the east at Roscoe's. They on the east side of Roscoe's. I walk in Roscoe's on some different business because some other shit didn't happen. And I come in there to take care of some other business with some weed. It ain't no nice business.
That nigga's always how the fuck you always at those spots How the fuck did you how do you put yourself in these spots that certain situations is happening
T.I. son. How the fuck you at the same time T.I. son there? That's crazy, man.
He wanted to be the hero there. He's like, yo, I'm gonna be the hero this time, all right? I'm gonna stop you, all right? So I can be the hero.
I walk in Roscoe's, he in there with T.I.'s son.
Wow.
And T.I. little son on the I'm like, what the fuck is y'all doing here? I called Tip, I said, what Nephew and them doing here? Right. They don't have no clue where they at.
Where they at? Yeah.
They just there. They thinking it's Roscoe's. You at the wrong Roscoe's. There's 3 more Roscoe's. Go to the ones, either the one by my neighborhood or the one in Hollywood. They at the wrong, but they at the wrong Roscoe's. Which one is the wrong? All of them. The one on RICO. No, they on the east side.
Oh, okay.
You gotta call Bazzi. Right. But what I'm saying is, this is our babies. Right. So if he get into it with something, he ain't got to call me. It's going to be my problem regardless. Right. But he in the wrong place at the wrong
time. And now all these kids, all the dudes out there looking like, I had to tell nephew, I said, man, I called his daddy. I said, man, tell him we just run around here all like this.
Well, Big U reacted to PNB Rock's death on the Nothing to Something podcast, and his reaction was so cold, it made it to the Big U RICO indictment.
The United States of America and all these countries have what is called airspace. If you invade their airspace with a plane, they consider that an act of war. If you want to come in their airspace, you're going to check in. You can choose not to, and it's going to be a problem. If dudes come and you move it in a certain way, if you choose not to check in, suffer the consequences.
It was another example of not checking in, and Big U had an
Crazy,
evil look when he responded to it. It looked like
nigga, Pop Smoke, fucking PNB Rock, all them shit. That's just hit different.
He was listening to a Whack 100 clubhouse room.
Then they call him like Quando Rondo. I just showed Envy. Like, you can't call me now. You can't call me when the fire hot. You didn't with me before that. You know what I mean? You had my number. You could have called me. You could have did all. You know what I mean? But he was around about. But how is that fair to me? How is that fair to our team, though? You know.
Speaking of Quando Rondo, allegedly, Brick Baby might have had some involvement in all that. I don't know. And it might have involved Big U with the back door. I don't know. That's the word on the YouTube streets. But around this time, boy, Brick was getting money. How could we tell? Because he was showing it.
Man, say got the cleanest about the money you brought that they don't tell it what you up. Nigga that. You do it with your hands when you touch this.
He definitely,
And if you in the 60s and you get money, you can smell it like blood of them.
That nigga wanted to be a rapper, Dada. He wanted to be doing what the rappers is doing.
Yeah, he got paid. He got paid. They paid him for that.
For a lot, nigga. For a lot.
Immediately. And this takes me to the illegal part of his extortion, where he get a cut of all the illegal street activities. Because on the Big U RICO indictment, on the wiretap, said Brick hit a lick that ended up being a plug. But Big U demanded a percentage of that. When they counted the money, it was only $2,000 or $3,000. They said it should have been more than that. But I think this is Big U's entry on the extortion of Brick Baby. Because since then, he was getting harassed by 6 O's.
Sixth Street.
All right, freedom stories on here, cuz. So if you don't come to the hood, leave my home plate 15,000. We coming to no jumper. We ain't trying to do no interview.
And it was from the group he was rocking with. Because the man can't even post a $50 giveaway.
Yeah, man, it's the big break, not the little one, man. And I'm giving my fans, it's a fan giveaway. If y'all find my hit-ups around the city, y'all got to take a picture of them. Hit me. I'm going to cash app you $50. Yeah, I'm saying every fan that can find the hit up, and it's 2 per location, but only 1 person can win per hit up. So if y'all know where I'm at a RICO, somewhere in Nevada. I gave y'all the turnaround. I can't give y'all everything, but one of my fans see it, take a picture in front of it, tag me. It's Brick, man. You already know. Don't see
without breathing on him. Big U even popped in the comments and said, how about just give me a loan, interest free? As a matter of fact, it's a PPP. We don't need to pay it back loan. And another 6 O member responded, stop passing out money when you in debt with the gang. And who just happens to be in the same IG post as him? The activist extortionist, Big U. Nah, this man's diabolical. See, this is when Brick Baby realizes TSBS. He went on the IG rant speaking on the 60s.
Any nigga can help get some money for, and you talk about it going.
That's crazy. You can't even go around Dada and pass out money Dada because they saying you might as well give it to them Dada. You passing that shit out.
Like a nigga own you, man. Bitch own you.
Yeah, he own. Yeah, that's a fact Dada. He's pimping on your ass.
On the internet, on the hood, I don't involve the hood in my rants. And on 6, so I'm really like that. Test it out because you say talking, been in the car with me by myself. On the dead homies, you saying you talking, been on plays with me by myself. I didn't pull it up on y'all by myself. You Ain't shit without your homeboys for real. Keep congregating on the rich. If you want to, you never get here. On the dead homies, nigga, I didn't get rich from hating on niggas. I got rich from separating myself from niggas. On the hood, I got rich from separating from you ass punk. On the hood, I fuck with real deal situations. I fuck with real killers, real drug dealers. Nigga. On the dead homie, I'm rapping now. Nigga. On the hood, I got rich because I separated. On the dead homie, nigga, did my boy bad, cuz you did Nipsey bad, even though it was my little homie, nigga. Still not fucking with y'all tight. Same. Got my telephone number. Same. Know what's happening.
Hey, he's saying the same shit all everybody else. Look, he mad. He's saying the same shit that the other niggas didn't Nipsey Hussle bad. He's saying
on the dead homies, cuz get your money, stay out the way, cuz on hood, I seen real slime balls turn into rich when they stop worrying about what the next nigga doing, cuz on 6-0. Cause it's stuck in a fucked up state of mind. The hood got a curse over it. Nigga, I won't catch no rolling 60 indictment because I'm not fucking this cuz on 6-0. On the dead homies, it's a curse over my hood. It ain't been a pack of niggas get money out the 6.
And what he did, he found the fucking, that nigga jumped on the fucking rolling 60 indictment because Big U put him in that shit, Same niggas that he was talking about, them put that nigga in that shit, implicated that nigga in certain shit. That's a crazy ass situation right there,
all that. They say Adam said that indictment was going on 2 years before he got on no jumper. So it's like all this shit, like they just telling the information that they did 2 years ago. It's crazy. They answered all the questions that these people needed to know about how this happened and when it happened and where it was with. They just kind of like answered all the fucking indictment and questions. All the indictment questions. It's crazy.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Where he said Big U told him that Nipsey died 30 minutes before it happened. But hold on though, please like the video before we start. I beg of you. And if you feel like I wasted your time at the end of it, you can like the
you telling you Nipsey just got killed.
Yeah.
You panic, call Nip. Nip answer the phone.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
You
I'll be
like
back.
just talking on regular. So it's like at the end of the day, I didn't even think about it because
you don't even warn him that you
at
got
the
that
time
call.
it sounded so unbelievable, we just labeled Luce a liar. But as time goes on, the stories that he told started revealing that it was actually true. And this is probably the last story left that he has to prove. And I think the feds want to help him because the feds knocked on Adam 22's door recently.
Edit out. But the one thing that the feds wanted was the cease and desist from Big U to No Jumper, asking us to take down the episode in which Loose Cannon first made the explosive statements that suggested that Big U had previous knowledge of Nipsey Hussle's death. Now, that situation is very much outside of what was mentioned in the indictment. In the indictment, there's nothing about Nipsey. There's nothing about any of that stuff. So this to me is kind of massive because it makes me feel like, oh, the FBI is interested in what Big U's involvement in Nipsey's death might be, which to me seems gigantic. I don't know why that cease and desist is not going to help them prosecute Brick Baby or Loose Cannon or anybody else. But the fact that they're interested in that, to me, adds quite a bit of credibility to the argument that perhaps Nipsey Hussle's death was a more complicated situation than it appears to be.
But do you think the feds got enough to reopen the Nipsey Hussle case? Let's let Wack break it down.
Do y'all think that this case specifically is going to impact any of the big podcasts that are out there that they're trying to blame for this case going down?
Which one? Which case? No, because looking at the documents, right? Nothing about the Big U there's nothing there. It's only Loose Cannon. Well,
I don't know. Because I don't know if it's a troll or not. It could be a troll or not because I seen something which it didn't make sense to me. And the only way this would make sense, and y'all follow me, they said the district attorney is looking to reopen the Nipsey Hussle murder case with other details with Big U, right? So the only way that would make sense is if the shooter, Eric Holder, is saying something. Like what's going on with Yellow Beezy. See, the shooters have come out and said Yellow Beezy paid us, but I believe they got some text messages back and forth. The shooter saying this, I don't know if that'll be enough. Me personally, I don't believe he had nothing to do with what the shooter did with Nipsey Hussle. Personally, I don't believe Big U had anything to do with that. The footage that Loose Cannon said he had that he never brought to the table of the so-called phone call or FaceTime that Big U called him and said Nipsey Hussle was dead. He called Nipsey. Nipsey answered the phone, and then 30 minutes later he was dead, right? That could have been coincidental. Could have never happened. Now that was definitely broke on No Jumper. That was broke. Now, if we look up and see that that's a factor in something, and even at that point in time, I don't think it's on the podcast, it's on the platforms, it's on the people going in there to interview. Know what to say, know what not to say. Because now, Loose Cannon is in a position to where the prosecuting attorney is trying to call him as a witness. And if they go and recover whatever it is, wherever he say is on his phone, then the world's gonna say, they're gonna say it, whether he like it or not, you told. They're gonna say that. But I believe it's far-fetched. I don't know if it exists. The source of where it's supposed to be, or be, I don't think he exists. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just being real. So that's where it could get a little crazy. Now, on the
So what he trying to say, the data most likely the data Loose Cannon the data was trying the data. So stay more aware than that, but that's what it is. We're gonna have to stay more coherent, the data. We're gonna stay more aware the data, you know what I'm saying? Stay out the situations, the data, stay out the street life, the data, the street life, the data. Stay from the bully tactics. Stay from, you know what I'm saying? And everybody live their life, the data at will, the data do what they want, the data, you know what I'm saying? And that's how you become a more, you know what I'm saying, righteous, you know what I'm saying, team, whatever the case may be, the data. So GG, the data, Hyena, Scuba Dollars, learn from Scuba Steve, you know what I'm saying? We're building our pyramids right here. Like, comment, subscribe, the data, so you can get acquainted with us on a daily. The data, I rock with the King X, the data is doing his minimum match right here. The data, God chose you because he knew he could trust you. God's best kept secret, the data. You heard the data. We will be on the data on the daily, the data. So stay more aware, the data. You heard. Life got meaning, so act like it, the data. You heard. Life's what you make it. You can't love it, you can't hate it. It's going to be simply what you make it, GG.